I'm now live. What is going on out there in the land of the unfree America? Sorry about that. I guess I didn't click the live button, but I wanted to go live. Welcome to another rendition of Delete Lawz. Thank you for coming. I'm not sure how many people are going to come here because I'm in horizontal mode, and I'm going to stay in horizontal mode. I'm going to teach you guys some stuff you didn't know yesterday. Some of you guys will already know this stuff, but I'm going to do a very long form podcast here. I put over 600 cases on this wall, and I'm going to sit here and I'm going to teach the people who are here the case law as to how cases happen. Because today we're going to be covering the civil rights lawyer who is an absolutely brilliant attorney. I mean, you guys have seen him before. So let me see if I can get myself out of here. My Mac camera. Okay, so we're going to cover the civil rights lawyer today. And the civil rights lawyer is this brilliant guy who gives really great analysis. He's actively involved in suing people. He's got his bar card. I think he lives in West Virginia or Kentucky. And there's a couple things that just are not covered. And so I want to just cover them. And I'm open to being wrong. I'm open to suggestions and what you guys think. But I'm going to give you spot-on analysis. So we're going to watch this, and this is going to be a long-form video. So if you guys are just getting here, don't worry. I really don't care if there's only 10 people here. I'm going to use this wall how I intended. I'm not going to be forced into streaming in this much. And if nobody comes, then nobody comes. But if people come, I'm going to teach you guys some spot-on stuff here, and I'm going to use this whole wall that I've spent months and months developing, but I just don't feel like I can show you guys what I want to teach you if my screen is this big. So if there's only Team DLZ here, then there's only Team DLZ here. And I'm going to teach it to you guys. But eventually somebody will see this analysis and go, that's worth watching. So we shall see. So let's get right into it. This is about the guy who crossed the street. You see it right here where it says man crosses the street to buy a soda and gets busted literally for jaywalking. So this is what the civil rights lawyer wrote. And so let me lock that bad chicken. There we go. Can I move that one? Okay, so that's that one. Yeah, I'm not sure how this is going to go, but I'm going to sit here and teach you guys case law, and that's just the way I'm going to do it. And if people come, they come. And if they don't, then there's nothing I can do about it. And I can't worry about it. I just got to keep going. So let's get into this. And by the way, the civil rights lawyer does a brilliant job of covering this. There's just a couple things he didn't cover that I see that I want to share with you from my perspective, from my analysis, and not take anything away from this guy. I mean, he's obviously the #1 channel in our space, so I got nothing negative to say about the guy. He's amazing. I mean, he's Alibaba, bro. You're damn good. So let's watch this.
I didn't do anything.
Hey, relax, you were jaywalking.
A 67-year-old man set out on a simple errand to grab a 50-cent soda from a vending machine at the local car wash / mini mart just a block from his home. But he would never get that soda because the Mansfield Police Department rolled up on him and immediately detained him for allegedly jaywalking across this empty neighborhood street. Knowing that he did nothing wrong, Charles complained, but the officers immediately grabbed him and then forcefully slammed him to the ground, severely injuring him. An army of officers then surrounded him and mocked him and belittled him.
I saw you jaywalking across Bowman Street earlier.
Jaywalking. What'd you do? This officer tried to put you on the ground like that.
All the while ignoring the obvious physical injuries that he suffered at their hands.
My rib is killing me.
I got an ambulance coming to check you out. Okay?
I didn't do anything.
Well, you were jaywalking.
After the incident, Charles gave the body cam footage to his local TV news station. The local community was shocked at what they saw, but the Mansfield PD is defiantly claiming that they did nothing wrong. But it's not so easy to gaslight the public when I'm around. So let's go through it together and see for ourselves.
Well, you know, the civil rights lawyer is going to give a really great breakdown and analysis of this. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to add to the analysis and the breakdown that he gives. Because remember, you know, I'm going to show you. You're going to see. You're going to see exactly what I'm talking about.
Charles Roberts, a Mansfield resident, was walking along West 4th Street just 30 feet from a designated crosswalk. It was a quiet night, the streets were nearly empty, but as he crossed the road, a Mansfield police officer, Officer Nelson, was approaching. What Charles didn't know was that this small act of allegedly jaywalking would lead to a violent encounter that would leave him quite literally broken.
Okay, so what's the first analysis here that we have to talk about? The first analysis that we have to talk about is that there's a statute, code, or ordinance where you live that makes it a crime for you to cross the street. That makes it a crime. That is on the books, and if there is a law on the books, there is a cop ready to enforce it. So how do we overcome this? You have to go and get the bill and write the bill and get it submitted to your local city council or your member of House of Representatives who's in the House of your state. And that's how you get this ridiculously stupid idea that crossing the street is illegal. That's the first thing that has to be changed. If we're going to change this country, it's going to require you going to your House of Representatives. If you live in Texas, there's a Texas House. The way the bill works is you can get the bill from my website, DeleteLawz.com. I'll write it up for you if you're in Texas using AI. Then you submit that bill to the House member who gets it into committee that then says that you can't be stopped for walking across the street unless you cause a major controversy in traffic and you mess everybody up. So the first thing that's missing here, the very first thing missing, is that there is a statute, code, or ordinance on the books in this state where you can be stopped for walking across the street. That's the first thing. That's the first thing. We get rid of that and everything else falls in line and it makes the world a lot better. But the first thing is if there's a law on the books, and the cops will tell you it's not us, it's the legislature. Don't come and be mad at us for just enforcing laws. Now, actually, I am mad at you for enforcing laws. It's total, complete crap.
Charles was attempting to get a soda out of the vending machine.
And
it's aggressive from the very first moment, and the situation escalated very quickly.
Yep. Let me see your hands, buddy. Let me see your hands.
What's the problem?
Turn around. Put your hands on top.
What? Why are you stopping me?
Okay, so there's the second thing right there. There it is. He just laid it out. Why do you have to turn around and put your hands on the thing? Which, by the way, it pisses off the civil rights lawyer something fierce, and he goes off on it. Well, the reason why you have to break yourself like you're a bitch is because the 1968 case of Terry versus Ohio. You have to turn around, put your hands on the wall, and bend over. That's from Terry versus Ohio. This is quite literally a Terry stop based on the reasonable articulable suspicion that he broke the law by crossing the street. Those two things have to be addressed if we're ever going to get freedom. It's Terry versus Ohio. Remember what he says, turn around and put your hands on the thing.
Middle.
What's the problem?
Turn around. Put your hands on top.
What?
Turn around and put
Why are you stopping me?
You're in the middle. You're sort of walking the roadway.
Without any explanation or apparent reason, Officer Nelson just orders Charles to turn around and put his hands on top of the thing, which presumably refers to the vending machine. Understandably confused about why...
Which pisses off John Bryan. He does such a good job of keeping his cool and not calling them dirty fucking pigs.
Was being arrested or taken into custody, Charles instead questions Officer Nelson's orders, which, by the way, is a perfectly normal and reasonable thing to do according to the federal courts. With very little communication having occurred, as soon as the second officer begins to walk up, Officer Nelson forcibly grabs onto Charles, turns him around, and pushes him up against the vending machine, ordering him to put his hands on the thing.
I was crossing the street.
Good.
Nelson?
Jaywalking across Bowman. I was turning around to see
Jaywalking?
Gotcha.
First problem, that it's illegal for you to walk across the street in your town. You can change that. I can't do it for you. You have to change it. I can write the bill in AI, in artificial intelligence, but you have to get that bill to your city council to get it to your House of Representatives for your state to make it so it's not a crime to cross the street. There's the first thing. And it's not discussed in this video, but that's the biggest problem here, is that they've criminalized you crossing the street. And John Bryan's going to point out that it's bullshit, that it's bullshit. It's just, it wasn't actually a legal statute, but the 2014 case of North Carolina versus Heen is going to clear that cop right up. We're going to talk about that in a second.
That's some petty ass shit.
Turn around, put your hands on top of it.
No, I'm not.
Why do you have to turn around and put your hands on the thing? Because of Terry versus Ohio, that you have to break yourself like a bitch. Why do I have to break myself like a bitch because a cop walks up to me? Why do I got to turn around and bend over or get on my knees? Because of Terry versus Ohio. This is a glorified Terry stop. They said they have probable cause because he crossed the street.
Sir, I'm asking you to turn around, put your hands on top of the thing.
Charles continues to protest about this, and when he does not put his hands on the thing, Officer Nelson suddenly and violently performs a takedown, slamming Charles onto the ground and landing himself on top of the 67-year-old man.
Put him on there. Put him on there. Put him on there.
What? My shoulder! Oh, God! Oh, God! Stop!
Put him on there. Let me see your hands.
Oh, God!
Let me see him. Let me see him. Let me see
You filmed!
Give me your hands.
Here they are!
Give me your
Oh,
hands.
God, that was red!
Give me your hands. What are you doing that for, man? Huh?
Do what?
Relax.
Hey,
I can't breathe!
hey,
Oh,
sir,
stop!
sir, stop. That's enough.
You're killing my broke my rib!
Hey, stop.
I didn't do anything!
Hey, relax. You were jaywalking.
When I ask you to turn around, put your hands on top
God!
of you, do that.
Oh, the road is...
Stand up.
Oh, I
You're
can't!
all right.
Oh, my rib!
But he wasn't all right. Records showed that 6 of Charles's ribs were severely fractured. 3 damaged so badly that the trauma care surgeon considered rib plating, which is a surgical procedure that stabilizes fractured ribs by securing them to metal plates to promote healing, which is only used in cases of severe rib injuries.
Get this way!
He's sleeping full.
Well, how come the cop could slam him on his head that way? How come the cop could jump on top of him and throw him on the ground that way? Well, because of the 1989 case of Graham versus Connor, this little square right here. It's called objective reasonableness. The cop can use the objectively reasonable force that he feels is adequate to subdue the suspect. So the cop felt as though what was adequate was to grab him and body slam him on the ground. Now, you're going to hear later in this video that the policy, procedure, and protocol was followed of that pig shack in Mansfield, Ohio, which I have been there. It is a total pig shack. It is absolutely disgusting. But why is it possible? Terry versus Ohio plus Graham versus Connor, and that they've criminalized crossing the street. And that's the problem that we're facing, is everything has been criminalized.
Oh, my rib! Wait! Oh! Oh!
Hey,
Oh, God!
hey.
Oh! You broke my rib! Oh!
Simple directives, man. You gotta listen.
You better call a damn ambulance.
300 keys for the squad. He's saying his ribs broken.
All right, how about we give this officer your information, all right?
What's your name, buddy?
Quit calling me buddy. It's Charles.
What's your name?
Charles Roberts.
What's amazing to me is that Charles Roberts pled out to this so-called crime of crossing the street. That's amazing to me.
Be respectful, man.
I'm sorry?
Be respectful, all right?
And now they're demanding that he be respectful of them when they're the ones who have hurt this man. They've attacked him.
You slam it to the ground.
Listen,
Mr. Roberts? Charles,
What?
what happened?
You asking me? Yeah. Nothing. Ask me what happened.
Listen, I saw you jaywalking across Bowman Street earlier.
What'd you do? This officer had to put you on the ground like that.
What did you do that the cops had to attack you? You crossed the street and then said that crossing the street is a bullshit crime. Well, let me just say something, and it might not be a popular thing to say, but it's true. The reason why it's a problem is because of us. It's our fault that we have allowed the legislature to create statutes, codes, and ordinances that make it illegal for us to cross the street. That is the first thing that has to change. And I don't care if there's 50 people here, 100 people here. I'm going to sit here and teach this because the first thing that has to happen is you have to decriminalize crossing the street in your neighborhood. I'm talking to you in Duncan, Oklahoma. It's don't walk on the wrong side of the road. That shit has to be changed. The first thing is that it's a crime to cross the street. That has to be wiped out where you live. Put a 1 in the chat if you understand that. You have to change that it's illegal for you to cross the street where you live. That is simply unbelievable, and we have to change it on an individual basis in every different state, that it's illegal for you to cross the street without a light or someone saying it's okay. It's bullshit.
I can't breathe.
Charles.
What? My rib is killing me.
I got an ambulance coming to check you out.
You guys, make sure you hit the like button. Put in the comment section where you guys are watching from. Get a little interaction going in here because I'm not doing this vertical stream anymore. YouTube can fuck off, man. I want to be able to teach you guys, but I can't teach you on this wall with a screen this big. So this is how I'm going to do it. If there's only 65 people here, there's only 65 people. So be it.
I didn't do anything.
Well, you were jaywalking, but okay, hold on.
So that's the problem right there. Let's identify it. Put it in the comment section. The problem is that it's a crime to cross the street and they call it jaywalking. Put that in the chat. The problem is the crime of jaywalking. That's the problem.
Charles Robert, he is suspended and negative.
Whenever, how is it that I came from that alley? By the time I came over here, I heard you screaming and yelling to get off me, and then you were on the ground.
I asked them, they're the ones that did it.
Well,
You guys act like I committed some major crime. I got every goddamn police officer in Mansfield circling me like Indians.
Butch?
When I did nothing.
No. There is an ordinance in Ohio. There is a statute, code, or ordinance in Ohio that criminalizes you crossing the street. Fresh Toast, I see you, man.
Now, obviously, these officers weren't actually concerned about jaywalking, as it was 1 o'clock in the morning and there were no cars on the streets anyway.
And listen, John Bryan is an actual attorney. He's a civil rights lawyer. All the respect in the world to the guy. But obviously, Mr. Bryan, they do care about you crossing the street. Listen to what he says right here. Listen.
Now, obviously, these officers weren't actually concerned about jaywalking, as it was 1 o'clock in the morning and there were no cars on the streets anyway.
They were. Without the statute, code, or ordinance of jaywalking, then the cops can't stop you. We have to go to the root of the problem that your state legislature has criminalized absolutely everything.
Anyways, this was just a pretextual reason to stop and detain
Yes.
and question Charles. Now,
Yes.
I couldn't find anywhere on these dash cams actually showing Charles crossing the road outside of a crosswalk or jaywalking. So I'm not sure exactly where they were saying that this occurred, but I looked up the Mansfield ordinance on jaywalking. And when he went to court on
This is the ordinance in Ohio that has to be taken down. John Bryan is going to teach us right here. Thank you, John.
by the way, he was found guilty of jaywalking. I'm not sure if that was a plea deal or some actual terrible judge convicted him of that, but I looked up the ordinance and it says, every pedestrian crossing a roadway at any point other than within a marked crosswalk or within an unmarked crosswalk at an intersection shall yield the right-of-way to all vehicles upon the roadway. So the way I read this statute is...
So he reads the statute like an attorney, and he's a brilliant attorney. You want to learn some stuff? John Bryan will teach you some cool stuff.
Outside of him actually walking through the middle of an actual intersection, if he's just crossing a road, it doesn't appear to me to criminalize that behavior. It just says that he shall yield the right-of-way to all vehicles upon the roadway. There doesn't appear to have been any vehicles on the roadway. It might be a moot point, though, however, because there was a conviction for jaywalking. But I'll just throw this out there that this entire thing is likely bullshit because he didn't even technically jaywalk. In my opinion.
Charles, how come you're acting like this tonight? You're never like this. You're always nice to us.
Because I didn't understand why.
I explained that to you, man.
Listen,
I see your hands and you
I got in
tense up.
Okay.
That wasn't very smart.
I went out, you know, I own all that property down on the corner. Well, James and I got in an argument, so instead of arguing with him, I'd go for a walk.
You live right here.
Yeah, all the corner.
Yeah.
And I usually walk to get away from him until he goes down.
You were staggering from over
I don't
there,
stagger. I have spinal
then you walked in the
stenosis.
road, then came back and you said you jaywalked as well.
Charles.
So I walked up to see if anybody, which they do, quite often left anything on at the pavilion. Well, he's asking, he's not listening.
Right here, like he was doing kind of.
So then I had.
Okay, sorry about that. Let me grab my mic over here. You guys should see this concoction that I put together to teach you guys this, and thanks for sticking around. I appreciate you guys watching. I'm gonna teach you something you didn't know. So right here, if we're at 9:29 on John Bryan's video here.
12 vehicles
Okay.
upon the roadway. So the way I read this statute, I'm not sure if that was a plea deal or some actual terrible judge convicted him of that, but I looked up the ordinance and it says every pedestrian crossing a roadway at any point other than within a marked.
Okay, so he's reading you the statute, code, or ordinance. Now the cop is going to stop him, and John Bryan reads it, and he explains, as a civil rights attorney, he knows that the statute was being misapplied by both the cops, the prosecutor, and the judge, and John Bryan would know. He's great at this. But did you know the 2014 case of Heen versus North Carolina says that a cop can make a reasonable mistake of the law. So no matter what this right here says, that John Bryan is reading the ordinance or the statute in Ohio, the 2014 case of Heen versus North Carolina, the cop, when he gets sued, is going to say, I made a reasonable mistake of law. And that's what Heen versus North Carolina actually does. It makes it so that if the cop makes a reasonable mistake of law, that the cop can't get in trouble. So even when Charles Roberts sues, Heen versus North Carolina is going to come up because the cop's going to say, hey, I thought I applied this statute properly, and the guy pled guilty, and he was found guilty by a judge. So I don't know how far his federal civil rights lawsuit's going to go out of Ohio. You see, the Supreme Court has created caveats for cops, and one of the biggest one is the 2014 case of North Carolina versus Heen.
Marked crossway for jaywalking. But I'll just throw this out there that this entire thing is likely bullshit because he didn't even technically jaywalk, in my opinion.
And John Bryan knows, man. The guy knows. He's great at this. But the statute, code, or ordinance is on the books, and that's what I'm trying to teach you. And I don't care if I teach 50 people. I'm going to teach you, and you can go down to your local city council and change it.
You're acting like this tonight. You're never like this. You're always nice to us.
Because I didn't understand why.
I explained that to you, man.
Listen,
I see your hands and you
I got in
tense up.
Okay.
That wasn't very smart.
I went out, you know, I own all that property.
You can't tense up. You can't tense up comes from what? Terry versus Ohio, that if you tense up your body, well, then that's an officer safety issue, and they're afraid of you.
Down on the corner. Well, James and I got in an argument, so instead of arguing with him, I'd go for a walk.
You live right here.
Yeah, all the corner.
Yeah.
And I usually walk to get away from him until he goes down.
You were staggering from over
I don't
there,
stagger. I have spinal
then you walked in the
stenosis.
road, then came back and you said you jaywalked as well.
Charles.
So
Do you hear how the cops are just making things up? Oh, he was staggering across the road. What does it matter if he was? Let's say he was wasted drunk and wanted to go across the street to get a soda pop. They've criminalized walking across the street in Ohio.
I walked up to see if anybody, which they do, quite often left anything on at the pavilion. Well, he's asking, he's not listening.
Right here, like he was doing kind of.
So then I had intentions, first off, of getting a soda. That's why that changed. It's all over the ground now. And that's why I came to the machine, and that's when he pulled it with his lights. I thought I was breaking into the machine or something.
Well, I don't know if that's enough change to get a soda.
Well, it was. It's there somewhere. That machine is 50 cents.
Why are you sweating, man?
Because you've attacked him and broken his ribs, and when your body is busted, you start sweating.
I need to come here.
Why am I sweating?
Yeah.
You slammed me to the ground. I think I have a broken rib.
He does have a broken rib. It's going to make you sweat.
I have a sweatshirt on with a shirt under that, and it's my
I literally.
$2 for a monster? That's not right. So buy my
And now these dirty cops are over laughing and joking about it's $2 for a monster after they acted like total monsters and broke this guy's body.
monsters here instead of going to the speedway.
I can't believe he pled out. I
I'm
can't
super tired.
believe this guy pled guilty to this to jaywalking.
Uh,
Should have hired John Bryan.
went down with it.
all of this.
And then
Oh no, you wouldn't listen either when we were talking to you.
I know.
I'll do it.
Well,
Next time, man, just follow.
I wasn't involved.
I was waiting.
Next time, just follow Terry versus Ohio, turn around, put your hands on the thing, and bend over, and let us have total domination, dominion over your body. That's Terry versus Ohio.
I know.
I mean, if I had been here and I would have called dibs, you would have
Just safety reasons, man. Let's see, let me see your hands.
No, I literally was.
And there it is. He just said it. It's a safety issue, which once again is Terry versus Ohio. I showed it to you on the board.
Pulled the bar. I was like stroking his head. I was like, sure, just calm down.
Well, I love being manhandled anyway, so thank you.
He just said, I love being manhandled, which is, I don't know if that's some weird gay shit or what it is, but that's ridiculous to say that to these cops.
Can you stand up?
I think if I can get on my side, no, straight up that way. Should I go?
We're just going to leave you right there, Charles.
I'm gonna go
You're going to leave him on the ground.
write some summons.
Yeah, you gotta-
and stuff like
You
that.
can do that when he goes to the hospital.
Ready? Okay. Bye, guys.
And look, they just go right back to life. And this guy, he has some money, he owns some property, so he wants them to continue to watch and protect his property.
Still watch my property, though.
Still watch my property, though.
Charles, when you were over here by the pop machine,
That one there. That's the only one that
yeah,
works.
did they tell you to do something?
They did. And
What did you tell them?
I asked why they were stopped. Why the fuck they were?
He shouldn't be talking right here. He should be absolutely pleading the Fifth Amendment.
You know,
I don't know.
was that the best thing to do in that situation?
Well, it wasn't. I
Okay.
told you. I just had this argument with James.
Yeah.
I went out to cool off. I walked up, and then I come to get a pop. I was heading back home.
Yeah.
So
All right. Well, they,
transference, that I took my anger from him and took it out on you guys.
well, on the ground.
And listen, if you say things like that, you ruin your case. You don't talk to cops after they brutalized you and hurt you.
We got the squad coming to check out your rib. Okay. There they are.
The loud, overweight officer is the one who transported Charles to the local hospital. But later, Charles got to see Officer Nelson once again. When Officer Nelson walks into the hospital, he goes into the room where Charles is laying on the hospital bed, sort of writhing in agony, and there issues him a citation for jaywalking, resisting arrest, and obstructing. The prosecutor.
So what's the problem here, everybody? The problem is that it's been criminalized, you crossing the street, and you have to change it. You have to change it. You watching this video right now. I don't know how many people are going to see it because it is what it is, but you have to change it. You have to change that it's a crime to cross the street where you live. That's the first thing that has to change. Is that fair enough? Duncan, Oklahoma, we saw the cop Chance Castile tell the auditor that he was walking on the wrong side of the road and he was going to arrest him for doing it, which I spoke to that ex-cop last night on the phone for 20 minutes. Maybe he'll give me permission to air the phone call one day, but I'm not going to do it until he gives me permission. But the crime of walking on the wrong side of the road has to be wiped off the books. And that's what this wall of case law is about changing Supreme Court case, statute, code, and ordinance where you live. And this is what I've been wanting to teach the whole time, but YouTube put me in a slot like this where I can teach on this much of a screen, and I'm just not going to do it. So if we don't get anybody in here besides Team DLZ, then that's what we got, Team DLZ. Thanks for coming, team. Appreciate you guys.
Prosecutor later dismissed everything except for the jaywalking.
And everything this guy said worked against him.
Hello. It's not gonna stretch too much further than that. No, that's fine. Hi, how you doing? Hey, good. It was there. That's good. Okay, all right. Well, because it's on a cord, so it's only gonna. Yeah. All right. I'll take you. All right, Charles. So I'm gonna charge you with obstructing, resisting, and then walking, jaywalking, basically. Okay. I was have a crosswalk. All right. Right here. Sorry that it happened that way. Just next time, just try to listen, okay? I need you to sign right here, and then your phone number, okay, buddy? Okay.
Just try to listen, okay? Is what Nelson said, implying that he was justified in severely injuring this man intentionally just because he didn't listen to him. Is that what the law is? Is that the extent of Charles's constitutional protections under the Fourth Amendment? No, of course not. So let's get to that. First, let's look at the...
Before John gets into his brilliant analysis, nothing but respect for this guy. He's the number one guy in our space, and you got to give him credit for what he's been able to achieve with his legal analysis. But there's a legal analysis that he doesn't give that I want to share with you guys now. And it's the 2001 case of Atwater versus City of Lago Vista. This case right here, because they wouldn't have been able to grab him and arrest him if the Supreme Court hadn't created this idea that anything is arrestable. And you can overturn Atwater versus City of Lago Vista in your state by introducing a bill into the Louisiana House or the Alaska House that it should be a state constitutional amendment that Atwater versus City of Lago Vista does not apply in your state. And what is arrestable is if you are a danger to yourself or to society, and those cases are arrestable. But because of the 2001 case of Atwater versus of City Lago Vista, now anything is arrestable, including, of course, the jaywalking statute that's on the books that John Bryan pointed out and read. But without Atwater versus City of Lago Vista and without Terry versus Ohio, then none of this is even possible. If it's not illegal to cross the street and not everything is arrestable, then Robert Charles doesn't have his ribs broken and he's not laying on the ground cop-sucking, saying, hey, please make sure you guys still watch my property. I mean, it's truly, truly pathetic. And we've allowed this to happen. We have, by being complacent. And they passed laws for blacks and for drugs, and we just let them do it in the name of the war on drugs and in the name on getting those pesky black people. Half of the laws on the books today are because they wanted to get black people, whether I like it or not. And I know that the base of my subscribers is conservatives and they're white, but it's true. It's true. Most of our laws are based on prohibition of alcohol, prohibition of drugs, or straight up racism. And that's just the way it is. And if people don't like it, I'm sorry, but I'm not going to lie. They created these things so that they could get the blacks, and we didn't say anything. The white people didn't speak up enough at the time.
Actual police report written by Officer Nelson or Patrolman Nelson, provided to me by Charles's lawyer. Officers initiated contact with Charles Roberts at the incident location.
See, that's what John Bryan gets because he's an attorney. He calls over to the lawyer and then they give him the stuff, which, by the way, great job, John Bryan. I mean, the way he's able to keep his cool and not call these guys dirty fucking pigs, like, he's better than I am.
In reference to crossing outside of a crosswalk. Upon approaching Charles, officers asked to see his hands, in which Charles was hesitant.
Let me see your hands.
And why do you have to show them your hands? Because of the 1968 case of Terry versus Ohio. Because everything's about their safety, and we allowed it to happen because we wanted to get rid of the Black Panthers. We, meaning the white government, the white supremacist Supreme Court, whether I like it or not. Don't be mad at me and say, oh, Chille's a race baiter. No, I'm not. They created Terry versus Ohio to break up the Black Panther movement. That's why it was created. 3 days after RFK Jr. was assassinated in that kitchen, they then passed Terry versus Ohio that everything is about officer safety. And this is an example right here. Show me your hands. Why? Because it's about officer safety, not about our freedom.
Hands, buddy. Let me see your hands.
Officers explained to Charles the reason for the stop, in which Charles stated that's bullshit.
What's the problem? Turn around. Put your hands on. What? Why are you?
Two things happened right here. Number one, there's a statute, code, or ordinance that John Bryan read that makes it a crime to cross the street. That has to be taken off the books. Number two, Terry versus Ohio. You got to turn around and break yourself like you're a bitch. Like you're a 2-bit hooker and he paid his 25 cents. Now you got to turn around and bend over. That's Terry versus Ohio.
He's stopping me.
Officers gave several commands for Charles to turn around and place his hands above his head so he could be checked for weapons based on his behavior, which he refused.
You were in the middle of it. You just started walking the roadway. You went back up the sidewalk.
I was crossing the street.
Good.
Can you guys put it in the chat for me? Crossing the street should not be illegal. I'm going to change it where I live. Put it in the comment section. Crossing the street is not illegal. I'm going to change it in my state. Put it in the chat that you're going to change it.
Nelson?
Jaywalking across Bowman. I was turning around to see
Jaywalking?
Stop,
That's some petty ass shit.
Turn around, put your hands on top of the...
No, I'm not.
Sir, I'm asking you...
Turn around and break yourself like a bitch because of the 1968 case of Terry versus Ohio, OTVO. Put it in the chat.
Put your hands on top of the thing.
A short struggle ensued and Charles was placed under arrest. Charles complained of rib pain and asked for medical. Does this short paragraph even accurately represent what all the numerous cameras captured? No, it doesn't. It completely mischaracterizes the true facts that Officer Nelson, out of nowhere, escalated into violence. That in response to the reasonable questioning of why he was being arrested, he was then shoved up against a vending machine and then violently slammed down onto the parking lot asphalt. When the local community saw this absurd footage and the disgraceful manner in which these so-called public servants are acting following their severely injuring this pretty frail 67-year-old man, they weren't happy at all about it. As you can see, there are indications in this video that these cops are really cocky. So it wasn't a huge surprise to me to see that.
I mean, hats off to John Bryan. These cops are fucking pigs, John. Hats off to this man who can keep his composure better than I can. Put a 1 in the chat if these cops are dirty fucking pigs, because they are. And Ohio is full of them.
Their police chief, Jason Bamman of the Mansfield Police Department, publicly responded, sort of claiming that, well, the video was taken out of context, as if it was just some viral cell phone video that only captured part of what happened. But the problem was that the video was their own body cam video. The local news showed it in perfect context. This is the statement.
John Bryan, golf clap, brother. Good job.
That Chief Jason Bamman made defending the footage.
Oh, you guys, everybody, I'm just seeing the chat here. Wanda Meese is out of jail. Wanda Meese is out of jail. And by the way, I sent him money that we have in the kitty. So he has a little bit of cash when he got out of jail. Wanda Meese is in the chat, everybody.
Incident on April 22nd, 2025, a thorough internal review occurred. I determined that Officer Nelson's actions were consistent with the training and protocols provided to all officers.
There it is right there. And this is the reason why you want to vote me for mayor, you want to vote me for governor, because the policies, procedures, and protocols of these cops right here can be changed. These right here can be changed by the mayor or the governor of that state, which is why you want to vote for me as an independent, not a Republican and not a Democrat, because this can be changed. They followed the policies, training, and protocol provided to all officers of the Mansfield Division of the Police Department. The policy, procedure, and protocol is our enemy. And it must be changed, but it can only be changed by executive leadership because the state legislature is not going to change the policy. Policies created by the Supreme Court. That's why executive action is required to change the policy of the Supreme Court.
Of the Mansfield Division of Police. The use of force in this incident I deemed appropriate given the circumstances and in full alignment with established policies and procedures. It is important to emphasize that the use of force was not a response to the offense of jaywalking. Rather, it was a direct result of Mr. Roberts' actions during the encounter. To describe
his actions were that he didn't want to turn around like a bitch and bend over and let the cop run his hands up and down his body. And there's nothing wrong with that. But we've convinced people that officer safety is more important than your liberty, and it's not.
The incident as body slammed for jaywalking is inaccurate and misleading, as it fails to reflect the reality of the situation and instead creates an exaggerated narrative. The escalation occurred solely because of Mr. Roberts' resistance to lawful commands. Compliance with those commands would have prevented the necessity of any physical intervention. So now we know why this entire police department either has no training on Fourth Amendment rights.
And let me stop Mr. Bryan here. It's not no training, it's new training. And put it in the chat. We don't want more training. We want new training. We don't want more training. We want new training. That does not include Terry versus Ohio, where I have to break myself like a bitch for simply crossing the street. John Bryan's correct. He's right in everything he's saying. I can't disagree with what he's saying. He's a civil rights attorney who actually takes cases and fights them, works with the Institute for Justice. I'm not taking anything away from this man. I couldn't. But there's a bigger problem here that Mr. Bryan didn't really address, which is the whole Terry stop part of it, where I have to turn around and put my hands on the wall. You get to feel me up in the name of government safety. And that's why I'm going to do these horizontal streams, even if there's only 87 people here.
Or they just don't care. And a lot of our fellow citizens are this way as well. They want you to obey the government or else.
I love this.
If you're injured, oh well.
I love this, by the way. I don't know if John Bryan will see this because my videos don't get any views right now. There's nothing I can do about it. But this, that he shared this right here, that a good majority of people in America are just like, he should have complied faster, back the blue. I don't know why AARP and NRA is on here, but maybe he knows something. I don't know. Maybe these are bootlicking organizations. NRA definitely is. But that's the point, is that half of our country would be called copperheads if it had been during the Revolutionary War.
It was your fault. You should have obeyed more. You should have obeyed faster.
Right.
F around, find out. The issue is not whether any amount of force at all can be used. The issue is not whether this guy could have been arrested. Although I would take issue with that, I don't believe there was even reasonable suspicion for a detention in the first place.
But I mean, John, that's not true. I mean, with you guys, with all the respect I can give to the man, he's obviously accomplished more in his life than I have. He's 10 times the size channel I am. So, but this is not correct. Terry versus Ohio allows police to create reasonable articulable suspicion. Add in that there is a ordinance on the books that makes it illegal for you to cross the street. We talked about the 2014 case of Heen versus North Carolina, that a cop can make a reasonable mistake of law. With those factors in mind, a Terry stop with Atwater versus City of Lago Vista, where anything is arrestable, plus the 2014 case of Heen versus North Carolina, I respectfully disagree with John Bryan here. The cop did have reasonable articulable suspicion. Even further, he had probable cause, which goes to the 1949 case of Brinegar versus United States. Probable cause is what exists in the officer's mind with the facts relevant to him at the time, establishes probable cause. So in this particular case, probable cause is established when the officer witnessed someone cross the street with the ordinance that it's illegal to cross the street. He could then Terry stop him and make him break himself like a bitch, bend over, put your hands on the wall, because of Terry versus Ohio. Atwater versus City of Lago Vista makes everything arrestable. So now he has probable cause to arrest.
But the issue is not whether this guy could have been arrested. Although I would take issue with that, I don't believe there was even reasonable suspicion for a detention in the first place. But since there is a conviction, I'm assuming there was, even though...
So James Forbes with the super chat! Yeah! We might actually get 100 people on a horizontal stream. I'm not streaming vertical anymore. I'm streaming horizontal so I can teach this wall that I spent almost a year building.
Stopping somebody and acting this way based on an allegation of jaywalking is chicken. But for the sake of...
I love it. John Bryan finally showed that he gets angry. And I believe that he does not really respect law enforcers. I'm not speaking for him. I'm saying what I think about the guy. I don't know him. We're not friends. We've never spoken.
Of argument. Let's call it justified. The issue is not whether that occurred. The issue is whether it was justified to slam this 67-year-old, 175-pound man onto the asphalt, fracturing 7 of his ribs, just because they allege that he failed to comply with orders. Ohio is in the 6th Federal Circuit, and it hasn't been that long since we discussed the Kentucky cases where the Kentucky State Troopers got indicted for engaging in violent uses of force in response to passive resistance, such as allegedly not following orders. We discussed Browning versus Edmondson, which is a 6th Circuit case from 2021, where qualified immunity was denied to police officers for tasing the occupants of a vehicle during a traffic stop. Why? Because it was a minor traffic offense. There was only passive resistance or non-compliance with commands that occurred, but the officer escalated straight to violence. The court held that a person failing to exit a vehicle is not active resistance and does not justify the use of a taser. Likewise here, Charles just not immediately turning around.
Golf clap, everybody. Brilliant analysis, Mr. Bryan. Thank you for teaching that to us. I really appreciate it. I looked up the cases. He taught me something. Thank you.
Around and putting his hand on the thing, whatever that was supposed to mean, did not justify an immediate violent response, such as slamming a 67-year-old frail man down onto the asphalt hard enough to cause him severe rib injuries, which I would argue is much worse than just tasing somebody. If only there was a word to describe this. Oh, I know, excessive. The issue is not whether force can be used, you authoritarian statist. The issue is whether or not...
Wow, Bryan is really showing that he doesn't appreciate this police state.
It was excessive. Obviously, it was excessive here. You had 2 young cops there looking to fight. This department is a disgrace. This chief of police is a disgrace. And I hope these citizens there clean house. I could go on.
Well, so the thing is that this is going to be a Graham versus Connor analysis. And in a different video, the one right above my fingertips here, this is a Graham versus Connor analysis where the force was objectively reasonable. Now, I'm not a civil rights attorney. John Bryan is, and he's got a lot of friends who are civil rights attorneys. I don't know how far this goes in a federal case because the guy on the ground said he transferred his anger towards the police. He talked. He should not have talked. He should not have talked. James Forbes, he should have invoked his Fifth Amendment right to remain silent is what he should have done. But he didn't. And so he may have screwed himself in his federal civil rights case. I mean, let's see what happens. Only time will tell.
On with the case law, but it's really not necessary. Who are you going to believe, the chief or your lying eyes? If I hear any updates, I'll do an update video, and you can follow along by subscribing here and at thecivilrightslawyer.com. You can follow me on X at John Bryan ESQ. Remember, our rights don't end.
I follow you, John Bryan. I read your blog. So, Ali Baba, dude, you're the best in the game right now. And congratulations on all your success, dude. Really. So, but the things he did not cover here were Terry versus Ohio, which allows them to treat you like you're a bitch. You have to bend over and break yourself. And Atwater versus City of Lago Vista, that anything is arrestable, that you can be arrested for absolutely anything. It can be changed on a state-by-state basis. North Carolina versus Heen, that says that a cop can make a reasonable mistake of law. In other words, believing that it was a jaywalking ordinance and, well, he crossed. I thought you could just arrest him and stop him for anything, which you can, according to the Supreme Court. And then the fourth thing that John didn't cover was that it shouldn't be illegal for you to cross the street where you are. And you're going to take that on. You're going to change that where you live. Sorry, I can't see all the chat. James Forbes with a super chat. Right on, buddy. Thanks, James. I appreciate that, man. BZ Watchdog is in the hizzy. BZ Watchdog. Good to see you, BZ. So now I want to show you this other video that I saw. And this is another attorney. He does a lot of talking in it, and God bless him. He's a good dude.
Last week, I told you about this diabetic man who had his arm broken during a hypoglycemic crisis by the Sebastopol Police Department. There. Are you happy now? I said it correctly, I think. Well, now I'm starting to think if maybe breaking arms is some kind of new policy within certain police departments after another lawsuit has been filed, this time against the city of Covington and several of its police officers. This federal lawsuit claims a Covington woman's arm was broken so severely that she had to have a metal rod placed in her arm.
I mean, take a look at that. I mean, take a look at her arm. Cop broke her arm. You're going to see it in a second.
after yet another unjust arrest. Hey, I'm America's attorney. I've been a lawyer for over 24 years. I've helped
God bless you, brother. Thank you for your contribution towards justice.
way more than 1.2 million people, and I've even got a rod in one of my bones. So let's take a look at this lawsuit and the crazy events that led up to it. Kathleen Kites is a Covington, Kentucky resident who, up until October of 2024, was living what appeared to be a normal life outside the public eye. She isn't a politician or a celebrity. She's presented in a lawsuit as an everyday citizen who suddenly found herself at the center of not one, but two traumatic encounters with local police in one day. So obviously, that day sucks. Her complaint describes her not as someone with a criminal record or a pattern of run-ins with law enforcement, but as an ordinary woman whose home, body, and rights were violated in a span of less than 24 hours. Kathleen's nightmare began on October 26, 2024, when she was at home in her apartment. The lawsuit explains that Kites heard a loud banging in the hallway. Curious, she opened the door and saw officers from the Covington PD pounding on her neighbor's door. When they noticed,
So understand this, that she simply heard pounding in her apartment building, went outside into the hallway, and saw the cops beating on somebody else's door. So that's the basis of this whole case.
the officers suddenly shifted their focus, demanding to know where her neighbor was. Kathleen told them the truth. She had no idea. But instead of moving on, they accused her of hiding him inside the apartment. Her apartment.
So then what is this, folks? Can anybody tell me what this case is? What case is it where they're going to say, we're suspicious that you're hiding somebody in your apartment with no probable cause? What case is that? How is that possible that the cops can go after this woman who's standing in her own hallway and saying, what are you doing? And they say, where's your neighbor? And she says, I don't know. And then the cops say, well, we think that you're hiding him. What case allows them to do that? Can somebody put it in the chat? I'll give you it rhymes with Barry. Ohio Smile. And it rhymes with Smio. Barry Smio could be Terry versus Ohio. Without Terry versus Ohio, there's no I'm suspicious of you. They would have to see the person they're looking for in her apartment. But with Terry versus Ohio, now they can investigate you.
Before she could shut the door, the officers shoved their feet into the doorway and forced their way in. According to the lawsuit, they had no warrant, definitely no consent, and no emergency that would have justified a warrantless entry. Still, they searched her apartment as if she were a suspect, ignoring her protests. I want to explain what police officers' rights actually are in this situation. You can't just come into your house without a judge issuing a warrant that says that they can. And if they can't get a judge to say so, they can just ask politely. JK, they can even be rude. But if you don't give them consent, they can't come in. So either the judge gives them permission or you do, and that's pretty much it. Actually, there is one other situation if there's like some type of emergency.
So where does that come from? Where does it come? Sorry. Where does it come from that you have to get a warrant from the judge? That comes from the 1961 case of Mapp versus Ohio. That's what that comes from right here. Mapp versus Ohio incorporates your Fourth Amendment right from the Bill of Rights into state rights, where the Bill of Rights has to be applied. The cop has to get a warrant to enter into your home because of that 1961 case of Mapp versus Ohio. That's how it works. Without the incorporation doctrine, which is loosely a part of the 14th Amendment, well, it would be a direct reflection of the 14th Amendment. The incorporation doctrine from the 14th Amendment that then makes it so that federal amendments that your Bill of Rights can then be instituted in your state comes from the 14th Amendment. So when people say abolish the 14th Amendment because of birthright citizenship, well, then you would abolish Mapp versus Ohio. What happened after Mapp versus Ohio where the cops have to have a warrant? The 1963 case of Kerr versus California. What happened in Kerr versus California? Earl Warren was being threatened with impeachment for passing Mapp versus Ohio. So in 1963, he passed Kerr versus California that organized or outlined the fundamentals of the knock and announce rule, that the police didn't have to have a warrant if they knocked and announced. And this Kerr versus California is an extension of Brinegar, 1949. Brinegar versus United States, where probable cause exists in the officer's mind. And if a reasonable man, what's the exact holding in Brinegar from 1949? that if a prudent man believes that there's criminal activity afoot in your home, he can then use the knock and announce rule from Kerr, and he doesn't need a warrant. In this particular case, the police would have to be able to articulate the reason why. They have articulable facts that she's harboring a fugitive, which they can't.
Where someone is currently being injured, like someone is having a crime committed against them inside a home, or they have a justifiable belief that evidence is currently being destroyed, like if they see a bunch of smoke coming out of the chimney and they know there's supposed to be a bunch of documents in there or something like that, or if they're in hot pursuit of a felon. But none of those instances were present in this situation with Kathleen.
So here's the reason I'm breaking this down for you, because he didn't tell you the case law as to what he just read. I'm going to roll it back because I want you to listen to this. He's going to list 3 specific things that come from a very specific case, but he's so advanced in his knowledge of the law that he knows it, but he doesn't explain to you what he's saying.
Without a judge issuing a warrant that says that they can. And if they can't get a judge to say so, they can just ask politely.
They can ask politely through Kerr versus California, knock and announce they're present, but only under 3 specific circumstances, and he's going to list them right here.
JK, they can even be rude, but if you don't give them consent, they can't come in. So either the judge gives them permission or you do, and that's pretty much it. Actually,
or they can come in. He says, actually, they can come in if these 3 circumstances are relevant.
There is one other situation if there's like some type of emergency.
So he's actually reading 3 situations. Pay very close attention to what he says, and I'll show you the case law.
Where someone is currently being injured, like someone is having a crime committed against them inside a home, or they have a justifiable belief that evidence is currently being destroyed, like if they see a bunch of smoke coming out of the chimney and they know there's supposed to be a bunch of documents in there or something like that, or if they're in hot pursuit of a felon. But none of those instances were present in this situation with Kathleen. And I would imagine that if Chapter 2 didn't happen later that night, we would never know Kathleen's name. I mean, all they did was violate her constitutional right. Whoops. It's not like they actually injured her. Oh, wait. What?
They did.
Just after midnight, meaning a few hours later, in the early morning on October 27th, Kathleen's night took an even darker turn. Still reeling from the earlier intrusion and the emotional fallout of discovering her boyfriend's infidelity, she decided not to go all the way back home. She parked her boyfriend's truck, one that he had given her permission to use, a couple of blocks away from her home to clear her head. That's when officers Doug Ulrich and Sean Sinacori approached her vehicle. According to several news reports,
so he read 3 very specific things. He said that if they fear as though someone's being hurt, if they fear that they have to get contraband out of your house, in other words, seize alcohol or drugs, or the third one, if they're in hot pursuit of you, he even puts in...
They're having a crime committed against them instant, or you do, and that's pretty much it. Actually, there is one other situation if there's like some type of emergency where someone is currently being injured, like someone is having a crime committed against them inside.
If there is an emergency where there could be a loss of life or severe injury, that's part 1 of Carol.
Home, or they have a justifiable belief that evidence is currently being destroyed, like if...
Or if they have to seize contraband and you're dumping the alcohol in the toilet, comes from the 1925 case of Carol.
They see a bunch of smoke coming out of the chimney and they know there's supposed to be a bunch of documents in there or something like that. Or if they're in hot pursuit of a felon. But none of them...
Or if they're in hot pursuit of a felon, then they can circumvent your 4th Amendment right and come right in. Well, where does the case of Carol even come from? Carol comes from the height of Prohibition, when they're trying to snuff out bootleggers, and they've gone all in on this, passed a constitutional amendment, the 18th Amendment, in 1920, and then it lasts all the way till 1933. Right in the middle of that prohibition, they create the exigent circumstances clause of the Carroll Doctrine. The exigent circumstances clause of the Carroll Doctrine says that if the police believe there's going to be a loss of life, if the police believe they have to seize contraband before you throw it away, if the police are in hot pursuit of you, well, then they can abandon your 4th Amendment because it's exigent circumstances. The lawyer, who's brilliant, he explains exigent circumstances, but he doesn't explain to you that you can overcome these exigent circumstances on a state-by-state basis if you get rid of the Carroll Doctrine in the state you live in through legislation.
Those instances were present in this situation with Kathleen. And I would imagine that if Chapter 2 didn't happen later that night, we would never know Kathleen's name. I mean, all they did was violate her constitutional right. Whoops. It's not like they actually injured her. Oh, wait. What? Just after midnight, meaning a few hours later, in the early morning on October 27th, Kathleen's night took an even darker turn. Still reeling from the earlier intrusion and the emotional fallout of discovering her boyfriend's infidelity, she decided not to go all the way back home. She parked her boyfriend's truck, one that he had given her permission to use, a couple of blocks away from her home to clear her head. That's when officers Doug Ulrich and Sean Sinacori approached her vehicle. According to several news reports, someone had called to request a welfare check on Kites, claiming that she was suicidal. But according to her lawsuit, despite that information, the officers didn't approach calmly or professionally. Instead, they escalated immediately, shouting at her, insulting her, and even calling her an a-hole. What happened next is the moment that anchors this entire case. Body cam footage shows Ulrich lunging at Kites, grabbing her arm, and twisting it so violently behind her back that it snapped. The complaint says the break was obvious both audibly and visually on the body cam footage. And you can hear Ulrich reportedly blurt out, "Oh," when it happened.
Oh my God! Let go my arm! You let go my arm! I think you're...
But instead of stopping, he continued yanking on the already broken arm while Kathleen screamed in pain. The injuries were not minor. I mean, anything but. Kites need...
And take a look at the cop real quick, because I didn't get to go over this with you guys.
Really blurred out, "Oh,"
but
when it happened.
But take a look at him. Take a look at this guy. Take a look at his face. Take a look at his demeanor. I mean, take a look at him. They're not hiring the best and the brightest. They're hiring anybody who will be a cop, is what they're doing. They're hiring anybody who will be a cop.
Her back that it snapped. The complaint says the break was obvious both audibly and visually on the body cam footage.
Look at him.
And you can
Look at
hear
him.
Ulrich reportedly blurt out, "Oh," when it happened.
Look at his face. He's trying to hurt her. And why does he have a right to hurt her? Because of Terry versus Ohio. He has a right to detain her because of the policy created by the Supreme Court. But she never needed to be detained.
Oh my God! Let go my arm! You let go my arm! I think you're...
But instead of stopping, he continued yanking on the
And look at him. He's a thug.
already broken arm while Kathleen screamed in pain. The injuries were not minor. I mean, anything but. Kites needed nearly 40 staples to close the wound after she had to have that metal rod surgically inserted into her arm to stabilize the massive fracture. Now, beyond the physical damage, the lawsuit points to the sheer recklessness of the encounter. There was no warrant, no probable cause, and no legitimate reason for her to be treated as if she were dangerous. For Kathleen, this wasn't just a frightening moment on the street. It was a brutal, life-altering assault by officers sworn to protect and serve.
Okay, so I want you guys to listen to this right here. Listen carefully to what the lawyer says. And another brilliant lawyer who's helped so many people, and he makes these videos for us so we can learn something, but he just misses something here that he doesn't explain to you.
Stabilize the massive fracture. Now, beyond the physical damage, the lawsuit points to the sheer recklessness of the encounter. There was
the recklessness of the encounter, but what are they using here to justify the recklessness of the encounter?
no warrant, no probable cause.
There was no warrant and no probable cause. So how did the cop enter into her life? Through Terry versus Ohio. That's how. Without Terry versus Ohio, the cop can never enter into her life.
And no legitimate reason for her to be treated as if she were dangerous.
No, that's not true. And listen, I got nothing but respect for this guy. Nothing against him. He's great, man. But that's not true what he just said. Let me explain it to you clearly.
Fracture. Now, beyond the physical damage, the lawsuit points to the sheer recklessness of the encounter. There was no warrant, no probable cause, and no legitimate reason for her to be treated as if she were dangerous.
That's not true. Terry versus Ohio allows the police to detain you, to grab you, frisk you, and put you in cuffs called detainment in the name of officer safety. And this attorney is far more educated than I am as far as going to law school and understanding legalese, but he just missed it. The police have the right to detain you in cuffs in the name of their safety. And she wasn't cooperating. And that's what the cops are going to claim when they file for qualified immunity from the federal civil rights lawsuit.
Kathleen, this wasn't just a frightening moment on the street. It was a brutal, life-altering assault by officers sworn to protect and serve. supposedly. Almost a year later, Kathleen has filed a sweeping federal lawsuit against the city of Covington, its police department, and those officers involved.
As she should.
At its core, the lawsuit argues that her 4th and 14th Amendment rights were trampled when police forced their way into her apartment without a warrant and then later broke her arm during an unlawful arrest. But it goes much further than that. Kites lays out 11 different causes of action, starting with excessive force under 42 U.S.C. Section 1983, the federal civil rights statute. She also brings a Monell claim accusing the city of fostering a culture of impunity by failing to train, supervise, discipline officers, or execute them. No, that's terrible. I can't say that. I don't say that. Take that part out. I'm talking about the...
But the training is, and people will always say, more training, more training. We need new training. We don't need more training. I'll read off some names in a second. I saw Scrubzilla here. I can't do all these. I got this weird, wacky desk I created here to show you guys this.
Officers like Doug Ulrich, who she says has a long track record of violent behavior that was not only ignored, but rewarded with promotions and raises. The complaint also piles on a host...
Once again, the civil rights attorney here on camera is teaching us stuff that we didn't know yesterday. He's teaching us that this officer had multiple complaints against him for violence. I recently had somebody tell me that when I tell you not to file a complaint, they said I shouldn't do that. I should tell you to file a complaint, but the complaints did no good.
Of state law claims, things like battery, assault, intentional infliction of emotional distress, negligence, false imprisonment, and false arrest. Now, on top of all that, she specifically calls out the illegal search of her residence, which she argues had no legal basis and left her fearful in her own home. Remember, if she was comfortable going home, she maybe doesn't have this terrible interaction later on the street at night. Taken together, the lawsuit paints a picture of systemic failure where misconduct...
So, once again, the brilliant civil rights attorney missed something that I'm going to show you guys right now. I'm going to teach you the case law.
False imprisonment, and false arrest. Now, on top of all that, listen to what he says here. There's a case law that backs up what he's saying. He just didn't say it out loud because he already knows it. Specifically calls out the illegal search of her residence.
Well, number one, that's going to be the 4th Amendment. But then, number 2, sorry about that. I'm rolling this desk here. That's going to be the 1980 case of New York versus Payton. Sorry about that. I'm a one-man band here with my microphone and my lights and everything I'm trying to get in order here. So the 1980 case of Payton versus New York right here. Oh, I got to move this. Maybe I can move the whole screen over here for you guys so you guys can see this. Right here. The 1980 case of Payton versus New York says that the police cannot enter your home, an extension of the 1961 case of Mapp versus Ohio. Payton versus New York states that the police cannot enter your house even for a routine felony arrest absent exigent circumstances. You learned earlier exigent circumstances come from Carroll versus United States. There has to be a risk of loss of life, they have to seize contraband, or they have to be in hot pursuit. None of those things were relevant. The 1980 case of Payton versus New York takes it a step further and says that you can't go into a home for even a routine felony arrest. A routine felony arrest, they said in 1980. So he says it correctly. He's spot on with his analysis. He just didn't teach you the exact case law. And now you learned it here today. The 1980 case of Payton versus New York says they can't enter your home without a warrant unless there's exigent circumstances. There were no exigent circumstances in this case. Once again, appreciation to America's attorney here.
Which she argues had no legal basis and left her fearful in her own home. Remember, if she was comfortable going home, she maybe doesn't have this terrible interaction later on the street at night. Taken together, the lawsuit paints a picture of systemic failure where misconduct wasn't the exception, but the product of an environment that tolerated and even encouraged it. Kites is asking for compensatory damages to cover her medical expenses, her lost wages, and pain and suffering, as well as punitive damages designed to hold the officers...
1 second. My cords are all twisted here. Just give me 15 seconds here, if that.
And the city accountable. The lawsuit doesn't frame Kathleen Kites' experience as like a one-off. It argues that what happened to her reflects a deeper, systemic problem with the Covington PD. At the center of this narrative is Officer Doug Ulrich, who is described as having a long record of violent encounters and unconstitutional searches. And one imagines a tiny brain. The word they bleeped out was brain, I promise. Doug's personnel file, made public through a different lawsuit by a Covington citizen, shows a suspension order that claims that Officer Ulrich was hired September 3rd, 2011, and has had 7 previous accidents involving police vehicles. 4 of the accidents were at fault. The file also describes Doug's violation of his 1-day suspension by working 5 hours of traffic overtime and using excessive force, going all the way back to 2014.
And this is the reason why you want me to be the mayor of your town. You want me to be the governor of your state, because this was cops who did it for cops. He got suspended for 1 day, made it up with overtime. Listen to specifically what he says here. If only there was an executive in charge that created a third-party organization to investigate and punish bad cops. And if only there were police brutality codes and police misconduct codes as statutes, codes, or ordinances in the state or county of which you lived in. If only there was an executive who wanted to do that. I wonder who that executive would be.
That claims that Officer Ulrich was hired September 3rd, 2011, and has had 7 previous accidents involving police vehicles. 4 of the accidents were at fault. The file also describes Doug's violation of his 1-day suspension by working 5 hours of traffic overtime.
His 1-day suspension where he worked 5 hours of overtime.
And using excessive force, going all the way back to 2014, when Officer Ulrich was involved in a use of force with his taser, where the suspect was running, not showing active aggression towards the officer. Kathleen's complaint says that despite these incidents and more, Ulrich was promoted, given raises, and even trusted with training other officers. That detail is critical because it suggests not just tolerance of misconduct, but institutional reinforcement of it. Kites' file.
Of course, it's in the Mullen Commission, which is available on my website, DeleteLawz.com, 100% for free. That cops are covering for each other, lying for each other, cheating.
Points to a department where excessive force isn't an anomaly, but part of a pattern, with supervisors like Chief Brian Valenti accused of looking the other way. The lawsuit now moves into the early stages of federal litigation, where the city of Covington will almost certainly file motions to dismiss or to limit the scope of the claims. Definitely in their crosshairs will be those state law claims, which may be barred by qualified immunity. If the case survives those initial hurdles, discovery will open, giving both sides access to critical evidence like the body cam.
What I like about what this attorney just said, and Wanda Meese is in the chat. Wanda's out of jail. Bobby Mills. We talked for a little over an hour and 10 minutes today about the process. I'll release the entire conversation. I think it's worth hearing. But everybody welcome him out. We put money on his books every week. He called to say thank you to everybody, particularly F, who also put commissary money on his books. Wanda, we're glad you're out of jail. And then I sent him the money that we had left over. So I sent that to him in a Cash App today. So he has a little bit of money.
Footage, medical records, and Ulrich's disciplinary history, some of which already paints a very troubling picture. Obviously, as we look at this, we have to think.
Obviously, as we look at this, listen carefully to what he says
about how much her claim might be worth. And just so you can throw up whatever you recently ate, here's that zipper they put on her arm one more time. Now, some states have damage caps for pain and suffering, and some states have damage caps for punitive damages. Kentucky actually has a constitutional provision that prevents caps on damages in almost every case, except, wait for it, claims against the government. Of course, there's caps for how much money you can get from a tort lawsuit, but unless it's against the government, and then they can be limited. A Kentucky law that caps pain and suffering damages $200,000 for claims against the government, although you can get up to $350,000 if there are multiple incidents, which Kathleen certainly has from that day. Now, I would love for her lawyer to figure out a way around this disgusting limitation because it's obviously unjust. There's not a single sane person watching this video. Sorry, I got distracted. What I meant to say was that there's not a single sane person watching this video who would consent to having their arm broken for merely $250,000. Cue the zipper.
$250,000. They cap Kentucky at $250,000.
Hey, what are your thoughts on Kathleen's arrest and on this subsequent lawsuit? Do you think that real change can be achieved in the Covington PD? Do me a favor and drop your pro se opinion down below in the comments. And don't forget, while you're down.
So what cases did we learn by watching this gentleman's channel, America's Attorney? Thank you for your analysis, sir. So we learned about Carroll versus United States, that there's exigent circumstances. We learned about Brinegar, that the facts that the officer has in his mind at the time of the event create probable cause. Probable cause is what the officer believes in his mind. And the officers on the scene there believed that she was harboring a fugitive. We learned about the 1980 case of Peyton versus New York that says that police cannot enter your house even for a routine felony arrest without a warrant or exigent circumstances, that we learned from Carroll. And what cases do we have here? So we learned these things today, that this very sharp, intelligent lawyer, he just didn't share them with us because he already knows them. But you didn't know them. And so now you know. Now you know what we have to overcome.
Down there to lawyer up with me, America's Attorney, by hitting that subscribe button. And we'll be back soon with more legal breakdowns. You won't want to miss it, and I'll see you then.
Thanks, Bubba. Appreciate that. Now I'll do a pullover breakdown here. One second. I told you I've got this whole like crazy setup here. Like you guys, I'll take a picture of this, but I've got a bunch of things glued to this rolling desk. And I'm just trying to get everything so I can teach you guys this case law, because I'm not going to teach you guys on a screen this big. I'm just not going to do it. I'm not going to do it. Like I can't. I don't care. People come, they come. They don't come, they don't come. So be it. I can't adjust my entire life's perspective around YouTube wanting to put me on a screen this big. This big. They want me to put me on a little tiny screen that's like this, and I just can't. I can't deal. I can't deal. So this is from our boys over at Code Blue Cam.
Intentional contact, 2 squads have been hit. We need to end this. Did you pick yourself too?
It begins with a black sedan blowing through a stop sign in Pleasant Prairie, Wisconsin. What starts as a routine traffic stop quickly turns into a high-speed chase, with officers trying to keep up as the drivers race through streets, narrowly avoiding collisions, driven by what is hidden inside his car.
I love widescreen too, but we have 36 people here total right now. 36. 578 people have watched this live stream, but they want to kill this channel. So I'm not gonna do any more vertical. I'm just gonna do it in horizontal and let the chips fall where they may. If the channel dies, the channel dies.
On June 28, 2025, a Pleasant Prairie police officer in Kenosha County, Wisconsin, spots a black sedan with tinted windows, driven by 25-year-old Marco Infusino, running a stop sign and driving erratically. But the moment the officer initiates a traffic stop, the situation spirals out of control.
You know what I'm going to tell you right here? I'm going to tell you not to run from the police. Don't attack police. Don't fight police.
Eastbound, basically H over here. It's gonna be a black sedan, very to speed us, reason to stop, coming up to H.
So I'm gonna stop it real quick and tell you guys my belief. I believe every stop sign should be a yield stop. I don't think we should have to come to a full stop unless there's other traffic around. So I think the whole bullshit of you got to come to a full stop, I think it's crap. I totally disagree with it. It shouldn't be a thing.
South, nope, northbound H. Adam King Young 2774. This will be eastbound Highway 50. Light traffic. over the hill right here. Medium traffic. Inside lane. Negative on the sticks. Still right behind him. Speeds are 70, approaching 72nd.
I believe it's called an Idaho stop. That's what they call it when you're on a bike and you don't have to come to a full stop. I think that every single stop sign should be that way. Will there be a couple more accidents? There might be. Will people die? Maybe. But it still shouldn't be where you have to come to a full stop or the cops get to get you. And we don't know if he ran through the stop sign, like, as they're saying, like he just blew through it like he was an a-hole. He could have just come to 10 miles an hour. Look, there's nobody coming, so he just went through it, which makes perfect sense to me.
All right, we have a green light at 72nd approaching the red. I'm going to see if I can channel him to go south on Green Bay.
And this has to come to an end as well. Cops chasing people through town. They have flock cameras up everywhere. You don't have to chase people anymore. We can end this bullshit. Hoodies are in Friday, everybody. I'll show you this text I got today.
Speeds are going to be 55. I'm going to have county coming in with me here.
As the driver speeds recklessly, endangering countless lives on the road, additional officers run to join the pursuit. Soon, one of the officers tries to stop the car by deploying stop sticks.
Oh, 6 at 95th. I got sticks at the insurance building.
So I know some people are waiting on hoodies. This is the text message today from Andrea, my t-shirt lady, and they will be available on Friday. I'll have hoodies on Friday. The hoodies will go super fast. Even though we only have a couple hundred people come in here, I have at least 30 people who've asked me for hoodies. So
North 85th.
10-4 approaching Bain Station. Speeds are 90. Lane 2. Light traffic.
what's the point in chasing them when we have cameras up everywhere now? I don't understand. Stop chasing and put a drone in the air. Stop chasing people. For public safety, stop chasing people.
5 light traffic still coming up towards you.
As Marco drives at high speeds, almost colliding with oncoming cars, officers make more attempts to stop him.
Right, and completely screw up the community when they could put one drone in the air at 500 feet. The guy would never get away.
Lane 3, outside lane.
Remember, this is an extension of the 1925 case of Carroll versus United States. This is the Carroll doctrine. If the cops are in hot pursuit, then you don't have any rights anymore.
29 speeds 105, approaching 95th.
Kevin Gordon with the super chat. Where's Chevy? Kevin Gordon, Team DLZ, we don't stop. Thanks, buddy. I appreciate that, Kevin. Thanks for the support, dude. I'm not going to stop. I'm going to do what I want to do and teach what I want to teach. And if YouTube makes it so no one sees the video, then no one sees the video. But I'm not going to stream on this big of a screen anymore.
Lane 2.
I built this big, beautiful wall to teach you guys some stuff, and I'm going to teach you.
Good sticks southbound from 95th.
And look at the waste and damage and violence they're peddling into that community. People see this and they feel that this is an acceptable form of violence because you didn't come to a full stop at the stop sign.
Officers now close in with official permission, seeing it as the only way to end this chaotic chase.
And then the people on YouTube will justify it. This is the only way to end this stop. We have to go to this extraordinarily level of violence. We couldn't possibly put a drone in the air 1,000 feet off the ground and easily track him. Couldn't do that. We have to go to the most extreme form of violence.
Southbound speeds are 70 and increasing, approaching 104th. No
Where you at, Chevy?
Road conditions good. Weather's cloudy, but we're good. to see if I can push them to go. We're flattening tires here, guys, so if we can box them in, that would be phenomenal. Going through 104th, we got both right tires flat. I'm going to try to slow them down and channel them from the front or head them off. PD, we're still south. Both right tires are flat. Pushing 116th, it's starting to deflate here. I'm going to try to get in front, slow down. Box again.
They're willing to kill somebody over a traffic violation. They're willing to kill people. And it has to change.
Box again. Wrong lane over the road. I'm going to try to head him off so he doesn't go into this oncoming traffic. You want us to terminate? He's slowing down hard here.
I mean, look at this.
209, we're in Illinois. I'm going to box him in again up here. I'm in front of him. Let's see if we can get it.
If you guys don't know, let me explain it. This comes from the 1850 Fugitive Slave Act. I'm not kidding. I'm not joking. The idea that cops can chase you down, wanted dead or alive, comes from the 1850 Fugitive Slave Act. And what that act specifically did was said that law enforcers who were enforcing slavery contracts could come up into the north from the south from the 1820 Missouri Compromise. The 1820 Missouri Compromise cut America directly in half. And from that idea that America was cut in half, then the Fugitive Slave Act said that law enforcers could go and grab you out of the north, wanted dead or alive, and they could do absolutely anything to get you. That mentality from the 1850 Fugitive Slave Act, almost 200 years ago now, is still prevalent today in law enforcement. A lot of the things that we see today come from the slavery era, including the badge, which is the exact same badge they wore during slavery days. Whether I like it or not, that's just the way it is. And you can look it up yourself.
Guys.
Look, they don't give a shit about anybody else's safety. That truck right there that's not a part of it, the people on the side of the road that's not a part of it, you could put one drone in the air at 1,000 feet, and that car would never get away. Those are our tax dollars being crashed right there. That person could have been killed with that collision.
209 intentional contact. 2 squads have been hit. We need to end this. Two 209 stopped here. You put your hands up! Hands up!
And now the guy has to be killed because he didn't want to go to jail. Because he ran from the cops, because we don't know what that stop sign was like that he went through. He could have been at 5 miles an hour. He could have blown right through it. We don't know, but he didn't cause an accident. And now he's at gunpoint because he ran. Like I always tell you, don't run.
One voice, you, one voice. I got voice back there. Hands up, do not move back. Stop, slow down, do not move, we're good. We're fine, slow down. We got a dog. Turn the sirens off. Get your long gun. Turn the sirens off. Turn the sirens off.
It's like the Three Stooges, isn't it? Listen to all those sirens going off. It's the Three Stooges is what it is. It really, really is.
Everybody slow down. Stay where you are.
There's no control. It's all chaos.
Get out of the car.
This is the Pleasant Prairie Police.
I don't know how.
All occupants of the Honda Civic, you are under arrest.
Everybody chill out.
You disobey our commands, the police dog will bite you. Do you understand?
Get out and walk towards that police dog. That's fine. Do not run.
Hands visible.
You okay? I'm fine. He hit Armando.
Yeah, several times.
Walk out, walk towards that dog. Otherwise, we're letting it go.
Keep those hands visible, driver. Take it nice and slow.
Do not run.
All right, you guys got it. Take command.
Take back, step towards us, step back towards us. Walk back. Got hands. Yep. Step back, keep going. Anyone else in the car? No, just me. Keep coming back. Drop to your knees.
Drop to your knees. Get on your knees like you're a bitch.
Is there another occupant?
If you move, you will get sick. We see you. Put your hands up. Or you
Who else is in the car?
There's no one in the car. It's just me.
I don't think there is. Yeah, just pop it. I can't see in there.
There's no one in the car. 100%.
Let's get him back.
It's just me.
Weapons?
No, in the car, yes.
All right. The car.
I can still carry Glock.
I can't. We're gonna handle him. You got the car. We're good. Nice and slow. Yeah. Hold on. Can you see in there?
This car's 42. Code 401 in custody. They're clearing the vehicle now.
Everybody take a breath. We're good. Just so you know, you're getting charged with attempted homicide, okay? For your actions right there. 100%. Don't plan on getting out.
They're going to charge him with attempted murder when they tried to murder him. They were trying to spin his vehicle around and roll it over into oncoming traffic, yes or no, didn't matter to them. And now they're going to tell him that they're going to charge him with attempted murder. You're the ones who attempted murder. He attempted to flee, but he didn't try to kill anybody. But now they're going to charge him with attempted murder for what they did. So typical.
Probably the dumbest shit I've ever seen someone
Did you
do.
piss yourself too? Because you're so afraid?
No, I just have like drinks and stuff.
Step back. Your car's done.
Are you okay though?
Yeah, I'm fine. Sorry.
So yeah, at least 3 counts of attempted homicide. And I'm going to be...
Of course. And by the way, the cop can charge him with anything he wants, but the truth is the DA has to charge him.
very confident in that charge. You intentionally struck multiple squad cars for a speeding violation and a stop sign violation.
Sit.
There's more in there?
If it wasn't that important, then why were you pulling him over? Why were you harassing him for a stop sign violation? If it wasn't that big of a deal, why didn't you leave him alone?
As officers take a moment to survey the scene before searching Marco's car, they see that the damage from the pursuit is significant.
Right, and they didn't have to do any of it. One drone in the air at 1,000 feet, the car's never getting away ever. You guys hit the like button if you would, please. Thanks. James Forbes with a super chat. Right on, James. Thanks a lot, buddy. I appreciate it. I'm going to take a big pay cut doing it this way, but I'm not going to do it anymore. I want to show you guys the whole screen. So, thanks, James. God bless you, brother. I appreciate your support. Oh, Salam Allah. Salam Allah. Shout out to you, man. I got your super chat in the mail. Thank you, dude.
Holy shit. Welcome to Prairie. Who was in this car? You hit it, right? Without the bumper? All right. This is the old 42, right? All right. 9-8, we're going to need Lake County for a crash, Doc. We copy. We're code 4. One's in custody. All right, can you back this car up? My car's not damaged. I want to make sure it's not damaged. Sorry. You're fine.
Apart from Marco's car suffering heavy, disabling damage, one squad car was also badly wrecked, while 2 others were left with moderate damage. The real cause for this damage, however, lies inside Marco's car. Officers uncover a glass smoking device with white residue, a multicolored butane torch, a plastic baggie tied at the corner with white powdery residue, a white rocky substance believed to be cocaine, another glass smoking device with white residue, various cleaning supplies that were either burnt or unused, and a loaded firearm. Inside the patrol unit, Marco reveals more about some of the items found in his car.
I'm sorry. Did you guys just hear it? Did you guys just hear it? Did you hear what he just said?
Marco reveals more about some of the items found in his car.
Well, no, what this reveals is that torture cuffs are always torture. TCAT. TCAAT. Put it in the chat. TCAT. Listen to what he says. This guy's high. He's on chemicals. But listen to what he says. Oh, these are tight.
It's fair. It's fair enough. It's fair enough. I did not try to strike any cars. I was definitely.
Yeah, you did not try to strike any cars. I saw him not try to strike any cars. I saw the cops trying to strike his car.
Trying to get out and away, but it's alright. It's fine. We do want. We have cameras. I did not try to. I mean, definitely reckless trying.
So I'll make sure you didn't ingest anything.
No, it's all. It's there. It's one time I had it's crack anyway.
You're not in here at all? Is all feedback here? What is going on?
That's just me.
Okay. All right.
Oh, that's dope. Oh shoot, they got the whole thing. It's a little bit off, but it's.
What's going on, dude?
How you doing, boss?
You okay?
Yeah, they hit me a couple times.
I don't call cops boss, okay? I don't even call people work together. No one's your boss.
But it wasn't anything damaging to me or whatnot.
All right. Did you take anything tonight?
Oh yeah.
What'd you take?
Crack and cocaine.
Okay.
Yep.
Do you want us to take you down to the hospital to get checked out? Are you sure?
I don't know. What do you think? I mean, I'm okay, but...
You tell me. I mean, how you feeling? You feeling okay otherwise?
Yeah.
Okay. Did you wreck? Like, did you
No,
run into...
no, I was trying to get to Illinois, and they just pinned me.
Okay. Did you hit your head on anything?
No, all the hits didn't get me to hit any other object.
Okay, so you didn't like hit a car?
Correct. Correct. Maybe whiplash, but not even.
Okay. Yeah. So you said you did crack and what else?
Cocaine.
Both of them?
Yes, sure.
Okay. And how long ago did you do it?
Probably, I mean, just all day.
All day?
Yeah.
When did you do it last?
Like, probably right before I left Target.
Okay.
So pretty much as soon as he came and got me, so probably like 10, 15, 20 minutes.
Okay. How did you take... Did you smoke it?
Yeah, I smoked it.
You didn't ingest like a bunch of baggies?
No,
right?
no. I don't know. Okay. I just do personal. I'm just a pretty big addict, so I just.
Sure. I just want to make sure that you didn't take too much, and then you're gonna. Then we got you know.
Yeah, no.
You know what I'm saying? Do you know how much you took?
Today, crack about 70 G's, and then coke probably 2.
So it sounds to me like he has a serious drug problem.
A narcotics drug test kit was used to test the substances found in Marco's car, which tested positive for cocaine. After medical clearance, Marco was placed in the custody of the Zion Police Department in Illinois on the following charges: felony, fleeing eluding an officer, 5 counts of first-degree recklessly endangering safety, misdemeanor counts of hit and run.
Oh, what happened to the attempted murder charges? The cops were gaslighting him and saying, we're going to charge you with attempted murder, James Forbes, Chevy, John Lunn, April Rain. They're going to charge you with attempted murder, I thought. It was all bullshit. It was all bullshit. Cops just being cops.
Possession of cocaine and possession of drug paraphernalia. His cash bond was originally set at $50,000, but was later reduced to $15,000, which he posted. And before you go, I noticed...
1 second. Thank you, Code Blue Cam. I appreciate what you did, man. That was a great video.
Oh! Put your hands behind your back! Now quit! I said quit!
Police in Ohio rushed to a Family Dollar when a woman attempted to...
Isn't it always Ohio? Can't you put in the chat, it's always Ohio. It's always Ohio. It's always Ohio. It's so unbelievable that it's always Ohio.
A stolen credit card. But the twist? The rightful owner arrived on the spot. Watch the body cam as it all unfolds.
All right. Anyway, I was at home, got a notification on my chime account. Somebody tried to use my chime card here at Family Dollar. I don't live but that far away. My wallet was stolen from this gas station over here. I called up here. The lady that works inside knows the girl that came in here and used my card. And then I recovered 2 of my cards in that dumpster right there.
Okay. Did you report your wallet stolen already?
Yes, yes.
Who do you remember the deputy's name that you reported it to?
Not that I know, because when I go to my house, I'm in Pike County.
Yeah.
But this is Lawz County.
Right.
So I just called them and they said they didn't really come out and do a report. They just took a note over the phone or something. But when like I said, I was laying at the house, I got a notification on my card, 'cause I keep my cards locked.
Mm-hmm.
And got a notification at 12:05 saying,
okay.
I can go get my phone and show you. Okay, right here. Or it said detailed $6.91 at Family Dollar. Okay, it was at 12:05. I called up as soon as it came through. I called down here because I come down here at least 2 or 3 times. Knows me. Everybody knows me coming in here. And I came and I called her and she said, "Come down here. We can have her on camera using your card." She tried to buy a pack of cigarettes with it. She knows the girl by name. Her name is. And she said that she come out and showed us, and she said that she lives right there in them. The doors are facing this way. They live over there.
Okay. And she said her name was.
And she's with and the girl inside said if you need to ask her anything, she'd be more than willing to verify her.
Which card did they try to use?
I'm assuming they tried to use this one, the chime card that's locked. Yep. I try to keep it locked. And this also my other card. These two, when I went looking around, I figured after they tried to use them, they figured they'd try to dump them somewhere. So I went straight to that first dumpster right there, and they're laying right there in the dumpster. But my whole wallet's missing, my ID's missing, my Social Security card, a couple other cards that I have. I had like $40 in cash. I know the $40 in cash is gone. I'm not even,
When did your wallet get taken?
Yesterday.
Yesterday?
Yes.
And you said they got taken from the Sunoco?
Yeah, right up here at the gas station right here.
So we established that the guy was legitimately stolen from, and I don't think there's very many people who approve of stealing things from other people.
Did you?
Yeah,
I know.
And then they solidify that that's what happened here.
I have no clue. Angie and I were trying to figure that out. I don't know. I really.
Yeah, I know.
Right. So she.
There we go. Now I can see you guys.
And then.
What is going on, Team DLZ? Put Team DLZ in the chat. Team DLZ in the chat.
She ain't over there. She's probably over. That's the first time I've seen her in a while. So I'm sure you probably know as well as I do where she all hangs out at.
Oh, yeah.
He's probably back here. Who knows? But that, like I said, that's the first time I've seen her in a while. But that's who
what
she
was
was
wearing?
Scuzzy clothes.
So she's saying that the girl's a drug addict.
She had like a red, something red around her, like wasn't even a scarf, looked like just. But yeah, it'll definitely be on there.
Okay. You get it.
Because I told him to stop back in tomorrow, because I wrote down the time and everything so she could go back and. But yeah, it'll definitely be on there.
Okay, that works.
For sure.
I'll
You want
go
me to
ahead,
have
yeah.
her let you know, so you can see it, or just so he can see it, or?
I'll need a copy of it.
Okay.
She just needs to make me a copy of it. That's all I need.
So she said the girl's a drug addict, that she's not very cleanly.
You're very welcome.
Okay, so I showed you all of this. I already saw this video. So what we have so far is probable cause has been established, and now they're going to catch the girl with the actual cards. So she's going to have to face the music is what I'm saying. She stole from somebody else. She used the cards at the store. The man has identified her. The clerk has identified her. So they got her. We got her, right? Put a 1 in the chat if you got her from the crime she's committed here.
suspect. Yep.
So they got her. Put a 1 in the chat if they got her. She's guilty of this.
What's your name?
According to all the evidence.
Yeah, you sitting next to you.
Why?
Because I asked.
Have I done something wrong?
Huh? Yeah, I'm here investigating a crime.
Okay, well.
And they said the person that did this had a red shirt on. Guess what? You're wearing a red shirt.
Okay.
They pointed me to these apartments.
Okay.
So what's your name?
So he's got her, right? She's caught.
Stand up. You're under arrest.
For what?
Well, for one thing, for receiving stolen property. Felony receiving stolen property and credit, because it's a credit card.
I only use what?
I've got you on video over here trying to use it.
Okay,
Stand
I
up.
used your card. Sir,
Listen to me.
No, wait, I used the card, but it was of my own standing. A gentleman told me I could use his card.
Is that why?
The case, they got her. And I just want to solidify here, I don't agree with what she's done. She's performed a criminal act. At this point, you could ticket her because they find all the evidence.
The gentleman had reported all his stuff stolen.
Okay, the gentleman just pointed me and said I could use his card, but it said
Okay.
that I brought it back to him.
He's telling me no. Stand up.
There-
You're under
sir,
arrest.
You got,
Stand
no, you
up.
gotta listen to me. There's a gentleman now. I don't know. I didn't ask.
Put your hands behind your back.
You gotta.
Okay, but why? But why? You got where she lives, where she's staying. You can get her full name and her ID. Give her a ticket. This is the 2001 case of Atwater versus City of Lago Vista, is what this is. Anything is arrestable, and it's up to officer discretion.
Your hands.
You gotta understand.
Put your hands behind your
Okay,
back.
sir, no,
I'm
you
not.
can't. That's not
We're not
fair.
playing. You stay here.
You don't understand. There's a
You
gentleman
was
that
with
just-
her. Get over there.
This
Sit
is a-
down.
There's a man that came here and said I
Turn
could use it.
around and
Sir,
put-
you gotta do an investigative.
I am.
No,
Turn
sir.
around.
There's a man that came here and said
Put
I
your
could use a
hands
card.
behind your back.
Sir, there's a man that said I
Put
could.
your hands behind your back.
Sir, that's not fair. I know that
Put-
isn't. I am the one that. No, sir, no.
Listen to me.
I didn't.
Quit it.
I didn't do nothing wrong.
Put your hands behind your back. Now quit. I said quit.
Look at the amount of violence. You guys give me a 5x5. Can you hear me? Can you see me? I'm getting a notice from YouTube that whatever. Give me a 5x5 if you can hear me, because and you can see me.
There's a man that came here and said.
So right here, they've got her. She's caught. She's caught.
Your hands behind your back.
Sir, there's a man that said I
Put your hands behind your back.
Sir, that's
That whole idea of turn around and put your hands behind your back has got to come to an end.
not fair. I know that isn't. I am the one that. No, sir, no.
Listen to me.
I didn't.
And now look at the amount of violence he's going to go to with someone who is a drug addict. Obviously, look at her. She's tiny, frail. Everybody around has said she's on drugs. She looks like she's on drugs.
I didn't do nothing.
But look at how he's treating her as a human being.
wrong.
Put your hands behind your back. Now quit. I said quit.
Sir, I didn't do nothing.
Quit.
A gentleman said I had.
Turn it around.
His name was.
Around. Tell me anything you want. As soon as I put handcuffs on you.
Okay, deal.
Turn around.
I'm sorry. All you have to do is say you're detaining me, sir.
I just told you you're under arrest. What do you think that means?
Well, this guy just come here, didn't he? There's a gentleman came here and said I could use his card. And I told him it was not a thing. A gentleman just came here and told me it was his card.
Turn around. Give me your other hand.
Bullshit, dude.
Give me your other hand.
So what I'm trying to get across here is none of us agree with her stealing. None of us agree with her robbing. None of us agree with her taking somebody else's money. But the policy, procedure, and protocol of these dirty cops makes it so that we don't like the cop either.
And
you don't even have to arrest her. You could give this crackhead a ticket. She's not going to show up for court.
I didn't ask him. I didn't look at the f***ing card.
I thought it was her card. I didn't know.
Oh, this is dude. It's not fair. So you gotta understand. Someone said I could use it. I never asked for his ID. Oh God.
Better off. Keep your lips.
Keep your lips closed. Invoke your Fifth Amendment.
Sir, can I get that coat out?
Huh?
It just has hair dye in it.
What is that? What, that? It's in the bottom.
This is an empty wallet. You just throw it out.
Yeah, that's the
That
one.
might be his.
No, it's not his.
Well, we're gonna find out.
Oh my God. Marsha, you can't detain her.
Listen to me.
I don't know where she's from.
Listen to me. Be quiet and listen. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you in court. You have the right to counsel. With an attorney. You have the right to counsel with an attorney and have an attorney present during questioning. If you cannot afford an attorney, one can be provided to you before questioning. Listen to me. At no cost. Do you understand these rights? Do you understand these rights?
I don't understand right now.
Why?
Because a gentleman handed me the card that I got.
All right.
It might not be the right one. I never asked for his ID. I never looked at the card.
From the people that stay
I own them down the road.
That one's staying with you?
Yes, all of them.
Come on. Come on. You're going to go out here and sit in my car right now. I'll be back in a minute.
Yes, I'm talking.
The $1 million question is, why does she have to go to jail right now? Why can't she just get a ticket? Because the jail is a gigantic business.
All the videos down there, so you have to listen to me, please. You told me I can.
Why do I need to listen to you? You just fought me in there.
Because you weren't listening to me, and you're turning your mindset was set.
That's the other thing that just pisses me off about cops. You just fought me in there. Buddy, you wouldn't know what a fist fight was unless you actually got into one. She didn't try to fight you, dude. That's a bunch of crap.
You lied to me.
No, you didn't. I just said to my little, I was trying to be funny like
Told
she
me go
was.
next door. No, you wasn't.
Marcia said, like, put
Turn around.
I was just joking like she was, sir. Sir, please don't. Can't you look at
I was just joking like she was.
Now, if you want to keep yourself out of trouble, I expect you to tell me the truth.
She will.
I'm listening.
She asked me because she's getting custody of me to go get Pop for her. And she said I could walk with her, so I did. But she didn't tell me that was someone else's card. So she pulled it out and was like...
Was it in that wallet she flipped out?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Because she didn't want to get
two of them, and then she threw them over there in the trash can.
Where?
Yep. Oh, the guy found them over in the trash can.
It was a chime card.
Yep.
And then I can't remember what the other one was, but she was like, they're not useful, so she just threw them away over in that one big dumpster that has a whole thing of water in it.
At the store she threw them away?
Yes.
Okay. Gotcha.
I watched her throw them away.
All right.
I wanted to get out and hold her.
I just didn't want to say it because I knew that she was getting mad at me, so I'm going to tell you.
Okay. Yeah, the wallet was stolen the other day.
I thought it was hers. I didn't know, but then...
I don't know who she's talking about.
So he's still going through this bullshit of the arrest process.
You gotta watch what you do because things are being watched, and I said, you get in trouble, then I'm not gonna be able to get you.
There's a gentleman that said that was his card that gave it to me.
What's that gentleman's name? Who?
His last name, his first name. Yes.
It's awful funny. The name on the card doesn't say.
Oh, I didn't think of looking at it, sir. I'm sorry that he said he used it, tried to use it, well, whatever, at the other store, and then he came over here and said that.
The point is, she doesn't need to be arrested. She could just get a ticket. But these dirty cops, man, they want to arrest you. They want to take you to the dungeon. And then him saying how he had to fight her. She didn't fight him. She just resisted being put in torture cuffs.
Meet your fucking quota. Ha ha ha.
Police rushed to stop a driver swerving head-on into traffic, smashing into objects, and putting countless lives at risk. But when they finally make contact, her behavior leaves...
This is from an attempted bootlicking channel. I don't know if it's all AI or not, but this is... They want to suck off the cops because they know they'll get viewers.
Officers stunned. What they find on her seat and how she reacts...
The police officer on the... Yeah, that was me. That was you?
Uh-huh.
But she was like twirling her hair, and then she's like going
like not a care in the world, you know?
How's it going today?
Just trying to
Yeah? What kind of errands you running?
grocery shopping, killing bills, just a all adult things.
Yeah. Listen, when you get pulled over, the first thing you want to do is you want to invoke your Fifth Amendment right to remain silent. And I've changed the whole protocol that we use. I invoke the Fifth, and then you just point to things. Don't talk. Talking's going to do you no good.
So where were you coming from?
If we're being honest, I am on the way to pick up on my friend, and because like I don't like doing things by myself because I have anxiety, so I like people coming on rides with me. So I was gonna go pick her up so I can go to the dispensary, get what I need, and then bring it back home. If you want to, I could show you my medical card.
Okay, that's a question.
Do you have a prescription for Xanax bars? No? Have you taken any? Alright. Hang tight. You can get some gloves. Because I believe they're sitting right there in the driver's seat.
For me, it pretty much stays simple to Tylenol and ibuprofen.
Ma'am, is your ID in your purse?
Yes, it is.
Alright, I'll get it. I'll get it. Hey, I said I'll get it. Stand over there at the end of your car.
I mean, look at the amount of violence that they use on this girl. It's so absurd. It's such a joke. And this is the 1989 case of Graham versus Connor.
Do you hear me?
Okay, but if you were more respectful about it, I'm just saying. All
right,
if we're all humans here, if you were more respectful about it, I'm just saying.
Where's your ID at? Is it in here?
Can I look for my wallet? Well, like, why are you looking for my wallet? No, the thing is, that's my property. You have no choice.
Actually, I do, because I found friggin' Xanax bars on your driver's seat. If you want to explain something, explain those.
Girl, the fact that you're just looking for my stuff.
They were in plain view.
Yep.
That makes a difference.
Oh, were they in plain view?
Yeah, your butt was covered.
Okay.
Here, will you do me a favor and go sit on the bumper of that car over there?
What? Okay, I just want to know what I was doing in particular.
Okay. The reason you were pulled over, you were called in as a possible drunk driver, and from the people that were calling in said that you hit multiple things. I haven't been to the other side of your car or really inspected your car yet to verify that, but you were found here. She's getting out with you. You were called in as a drunk driver. Okay. Upon contact, she's finding things that are illegal in your car. So this is kind of the development that we're going. Okay. So for right now, while she's doing her job, we're going to give her some space and we're going to go sit at the front of that car. Okay.
No, I understand.
Okay. That's fine. You can, I mean, the fenders can be hot. I mean, if you want to sit on this bumper, that's probably not going to be as hot, but the fenders get hot. Ma'am, over here, please. I've asked you. You're right. It is your car. Did she say yes or no? I'm sorry, she started talking. Okay. Hey, I've asked you nicely. You asked me to be respectful, didn't you? Have I not been respectful with you? And you're not doing what I asked you. Okay, would you like to sit down on the grass over there?
But can I sit down in my car?
No, you cannot.
What if I just have like my hands up, everything?
No, you're not getting back in your car. You can sit on the grass over there, or we can sit in the back of this car here, whichever one you prefer. Okay? The only thing I'm seeing is there's some scratching stuff right there.
I'm gonna get my phone.
No, you're not. You're staying right here.
Okay, but why can't I get my phone to, like, at least have
You're
my
not getting
own
back in that
video?
car until they're done.
Okay, but I feel like I should be able to, it's my right to, like, record anything that's happening in
Everything's
my life.
being recorded right here.
I know, but why can't I record it for myself?
You're not going back in that car.
But why can't I record?
You can request this recording.
You can come with me to my car. My phone is right on that seat. One of y'all can come to me to that seat to get my car. To let me videotape, because that is my human right. That is the bare minimum y'all can do. So I can go to my phone is right there. Look behind you.
So, you have any idea why we're here?
Apparently, what man's saying was I was drunk driving.
Okay, I take it you wasn't drunk driving.
No, I'm not drunk driving.
Out of curiosity, has your car always been like that in the front?
Yes, I have. Yeah, honestly.
Honestly, you want to invoke your Fifth Amendment right, and you don't want to talk to cops.
Okay. What happened
Will Rockstar's in the chat. What's going on, player?
first? Okay, see this part of my car?
I do.
One day I came back from work, was getting off and shit.
Mm-hmm.
That was missing. No clue how it was missing. It was missing. This side of my car, we have a Chevrolet truck that's in its vintage.
Who's we?
It's my grandpa's old school Chevrolet truck.
Gotcha.
So it's it's big as fuck. And then my grandpa got a Jeep Cherokee that's also just built in the 1990s. And then they got a sidekick Susie.
Okay.
See, or whatever it's called.
Yeah.
Yeah, do I need to get that fixed?
No, I'm just curious. I'm talking to you briefly here. When I got here, I saw your demeanor, your actions, and all that stuff, okay? Now, when I talk to you even more, and I'm looking at some indicators right now, okay? I'm looking at your pupils, I'm looking at your eyes, and I think that you might be on the influence of some type of narcotic. Not alcohol, but I believe in narcotic.
I understand.
Okay? So based off of what I'm seeing so far, would you be willing to do a field sobriety test to dispel my suspicions that you're under the influence of any type of narcotic? You willing to do that? Okay. Do you have any injuries that I need to know about? Head injuries?
Listen, do not agree to take any tests, even if you have effed up and you are under the influence. It says right there, you say, I invoke the Fifth, and then they say, will you take any tests? And you point, I will not take any tests. Where are you coming from? I point right there. Where am I going? You just point. I've changed the protocol because we learned that cops want you to talk, want you to say, no, I'm not going to take any tests, because then they can say that they smelled alcohol on your breath.
Have you had any previous concussions?
Not that I medically seek attention for. Yes. I mean, medical-wise, might have had a concussion, never went to the hospital.
Have you ever had a concussion within the past, let's say, 10, 24 hours?
10, 24 hours.
It's really frustrating to watch this. And we want to get impaired drivers off the road for sure. But do we want to cuff them up and put them in a cage? So now you're going to see the excessive force and the reason why I showed you this video. Because Graham versus Connor says that the cop can use any amount of force they want, that they see objectively reasonable.
Face the car. Spread your legs for me. Face the car. Spread your legs. Spread your legs.
And this is a prime example of why we don't want pigtails on the police force.
I'm looking for harassment. Ooh, damn, girl.
I mean, why? She's done something wrong, but she hasn't hurt another person. Why the roughness? Why are they pushing her around in this way? Why does she have to go face down? And this is the whole reason why I showed you guys this video. For what reason does she need to go face down on the hood of the car? Why does she need to go face down? I don't really understand. Okay, so she hasn't tried to get off the car. She's just leaning against it. And now she decides to put her hand on the back of her neck and say, face down. They say that to you in jail, by the way. When they come in, when someone's having a seizure or a diabetic or a heart attack, which happens once or twice a week inside the dungeon, then the guards come running in and say, get on your face, face down, face down. That means that this piece of shit tyrant right here, she served some time in the jail. She was a jail guard before this because that face down talk is all the guards. Why does she have to put her face down?
I said down.
Why does she have to put her face down on the truck? Why? Why can't she be patted down with her face not being on the truck?
She's straight. She's good.
Can I touch my titties, bro?
It's all on camera.
Get off all my shit, bro. I mean, you guys are gonna steal my lavender?
You got her?
Yeah.
The violence isn't done. Watch this right here, and this shows you how the majority of these cops believe that they think it's okay if they hurt you. So now, obviously, she doesn't want to get into the back of a caged car in torture cuffs, right? Put a 1 in the chat if you can understand that. You can understand that. Okay, so she lays down to try to not get in, and this psycho cop chokes her.
Try that? Oh, you want to
Watch. You can see it. I watched this back several times.
You want to try that? Oh, you want to choke me the fuck out? Oh,
Yeah.
you want to choke me out, girl?
Yeah, she choked her. The girl laid down because she didn't want to go in the car, and the cop choked her.
Do you want to choke me out, girl? Holy fuck! Oh, you really want to choke me out, girl? Bitch, I was not doing nothing to you. You want to choke me?
Yeah.
Blech! Just disgusting. I want to vomit with what I just saw. Look at her. She's so cool. You just attacked a 90-pound girl who's all screwed up on drugs. Disgusting. Now watch her kind of strut around like she did something great.
Choke me!
Yeah.
Do you literally see her strutting? Watch this pigtail strut around after she attacked a 90-pound girl who's obviously on chemicals. Watch this strut.
Yeah.
I thought they said they had it.
Huh?
It's my grandparents' phone number because last time one of you guys took me to the mental hospital, my grandparents could not find me for weeks! Okay, and your bitch-ass officers were like, oh, you're gonna be okay, you're gonna say this is wrong, but all you guys do is fucking lie! Fuck-ass bitch-ass!
That's gonna be a fun ride out there.
Yeah. Man, I can still hear her screaming. I can still hear her.
Do you hear them laughing? Are you guys listening to the laughing? Do you hear the laughing by the cops?
Jeez.
My fucking God!
It's just disgusting. It's just truly, truly disgusting.
The thing
It really, really is.
And the thing that
it just makes me
gets
sick.
to me is every time I listen to a lawyer-trained representative saying we should criminalize free speech in some way, I think to myself.
So in this video right here, let me get rid of this. Let me get rid of Chrome and lock it. There we go. Friends in Code, I saw you in the chat. Friends in Code is in the chat. Now, I actually covered this video on a video, but I don't know if anybody saw it. I mean, I honestly don't know how much longer. I mean, we'll see. Only time will tell. But I wanted to show you guys this video because this video really makes me sick.
I'm Deputy Patterson, Charlotte County Sheriff's Office.
So I'm Deputy Parson from the Charlotte County Sheriff's Office. What should you do here? Get any documentation you have, even if you don't have a driver's license. Give them all the documentation and invoke your Fifth Amendment right. That's what should happen right here. That's what she should do.
Reason for the stop is your vehicle showing that it expired in 2020 when I'm running the tag. Do you have the registration and insurance?
No, I'm homeless and I only recently got proof of address from the Homeless Coalition.
Okay.
In Texas, they passed a law during the pandemic, so it didn't have to be renewed until 2023. And then they passed another one that said you got 8 more months to do it. So
I'm not aware of that.
It was in storage for a long time
Okay.
as well.
So you don't have any registration? Do you have insurance on the car?
No, ma'am.
Okay. All right.
So she tells the truth. Seldwin with the $10 super chat. Right on, Seldwin. Thanks, brother. So she tells the truth. Thank you, Seldwin. I really appreciate your support, man. It means a lot. So she tells the truth that she doesn't have insurance. She doesn't have registration. And the cop, and that she's homeless and living in her car. That's what she says.
Okay. And that valid driver's license, as far as you know, to your knowledge? Okay. Give me a few minutes, okay?
So she says she does have a driver's license.
Okay. It's Alicia, correct?
Yeah, on that 45 on Amber.
Listen, being a registered motor vehicle, and it's been for years, plus not being uninsured, I have to have the vehicle towed.
No, she doesn't. She does not have to have the vehicle towed. The 2001 case of Atwater versus City of Lago Vista, right here, this case right here, says that she does not have to, this case right here, y'all. I want to show you guys this, and this is the reason why I'm going in horizontal now, because I built this big, beautiful wall to teach you guys case law. So the cop right there just lied. She just absolutely lied. Because you don't have registration, you don't have insurance, then I have to impound the car. No, she doesn't. That's not true. Atwater versus City of Lago Vista says that anything is arrestable. Jaywalking, stoplight. James Forbes with another super chat. Thanks, James Forbes. I appreciate your support, man. Friends in Code is in here. Love you, buddy. But this cop right here just lied.
I'm not been for years. Plus not being uninsured, I have to have the vehicle towed.
No.
I'm not. Listen, you chose to drive it out on the roadway, not me. Okay.
I have no other choice.
She's homeless. She's homeless. She's homeless, sleeping in her car. But the thing is the 2001 case of Atwater versus City of Lago Vista leaves impounding, ticketing, and arresting 100% up to the discretion of the officer. Atwater versus City of Lago Vista has to be overturned on a state-by-state basis where not everything is arrestable. Unless you're a danger to yourself or society, you can't be arrested. We got to get it out of the officer's discretion's hand, because look at what she's doing. This pigtail is sitting there lying to this girl and saying that she has to impound her car because it's been too long. It's an absolute, total, complete lie.
I'm like a week or two away from getting it. I've never registered my car before. This is the first car I've owned. And I only recently... Nowhere else to go. I sleep in my car.
She has nowhere else to go. She sleeps in her car. Did you hear that?
Have you tried the Homeless Coalition?
No, I haven't. They have a 4-year waiting list.
A 4-year waiting list. I mean, I'm not taking you to jail tonight.
Hey, at least I'm not taking you to jail for not having registration and insurance. I'm not taking you to a dungeon.
But I am going to have, like I said, I have a tow truck coming, so I don't know what you... T22.
The A1 ready arrest.
Copy, thank you.
What's resulting?
So I'm going to need you to start working on gathering what you're going to get, okay?
She has nowhere to go. She sleeps in her car, but get all your shit. Got to get you out of the car.
And I'll work on paperwork.
And I'll work on making sure that your car is impounded.
$222 Central. When available, can I have another unit en route to me, please?
When they call for another unit, they plan on arresting you. Not all the time, but a good portion of the time.
Listen, I'm not taking you to jail, but if you continue to act like this, you're going to, okay?
Why? Why does she need to go to jail? For what? How much of a danger to society is she that she needs to go to jail?
I can't hear you. I'm sorry, over the traffic. What?
Wait till you see what the cop looks like. She's just a little troll.
If you want to gather anything from your vehicle, I suggest you do it now, because when they get here, they're not going to wait for you to do that. Okay?
She has zero empathy at all whatsoever for another human being and what this person is going through. She doesn't care about anybody but herself, about her pension, her overtime, her paycheck. She doesn't give a shit about this woman at all.
Okay.
Where's Chevy? You here, Chevy? Are you just watching?
So she ended up talking to me. Well, I'm towing her vehicle. It's unregistered since 2020. She has no insurance on it.
Don't want to get out.
Well,
So there's her whole crime, Chuck Bronson. There's her whole crime. Her entire crime is that she doesn't have insurance or registration. Why can't you leave her alone? We've seen plenty of sovereign citizens who are able to get through being pulled over by claiming their right to travel. Shout out to Cameron over at Power Inherent to the People. But why can't you leave her alone? Why do you have to get her out of the car now? What's the exigent circumstances that you got to get her out of the car right this second? You got to get this woman out of the car. What's the exigent circumstances? I just don't know what it is.
I told her to start grabbing her stuff, but she's now doing this. She at first wouldn't even roll down the window, but I told her, I'm like, I'm going to take you to jail if you continue to act like this.
Yeah, we'll get her.
Continue to act like what? She doesn't want to get out of the car because she sleeps in the car. She makes it so that she can live a life and sleep in a car.
Her, right? Hey, we're going to break the window if you don't get out.
He goes to the pig knock, boom, 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 boom. We're going to break the window right away. He has zero empathy as well. And you can see the reflection of the pig monster. Take a look at the pig monster. You see her right down here? See her right there? That's the pig monster right there. That's what she looks like. She's just a terrible human being. Terrible human being.
Get out.
Get out. Soy Leo.
Hey, stop reaching. Stop. Get out. Grab your stuff.
Look how they train them. And you'll hear all these channels say they need more training. No, they don't need more training. They need new training.
Get out. Grab your stuff. Get out.
So look at her. Does she look like... And the cops will tell you, oh, you never know what they look like that's going to pull a gun on you. I've been to jail. Yes, you do. You got a very good idea of who's going to pull a gun on you. And she's not one of them.
Hey, stop reaching.
Stop reaching. That bullshit term that Chevy made a song about.
Stop. Get out. Grab your stuff. Get out.
Danelle Brown is here. Friends and Code. John Lund. Jennifer Hill. Hoodies are done on Friday, guys. Hoodies are done on Fridays. I showed the text message earlier. I'll show it again right now. Hoodies are done on Friday. Right there. Hoodies are done on Friday. Supposed to be done on Monday, but they had to pick up more larges. Which, by the way, you guys, Friends in Code in the chat, he helped me set up this whole OBS system. I'm very grateful for your friendship, Friends in Code. Thank you.
Let's go.
Lena with a super chat. Right on. Right on. Salam Allah, alternate channel. I got your super chat. Salam Allah in the mail, in the hard mail, sent me a super chat in the mail. Thank you, Salam Allah, alternate channel. Appreciate that. Thank you so much, Laney, for the super chat. I appreciate that.
Open the door.
Same design, Bruce. Same design. They're done on Friday.
Gotta give you another warning. You're gonna go to jail if you don't open the door. So let's do that.
Okay, so I'm sorry I got off track a little bit, but her whole crime so far now is no registration and no insurance. She has a valid driver's license. They didn't say she didn't have a driver's license. Her whole crime is that she's sitting in a parking lot homeless and crying. This is her entire crime.
Go ahead. Stop reaching. Open the door. Open the door.
Stop reaching, because he's scared.
Step out.
We're not getting it.
Yeah, we're not doing that. Let's go.
We're done. We're done. They just opened the door. She unlocked the door, and then the pigtail, because she now has a man backing her up, is like, no, we're done. We're done. I'm attacking you now. It's so fucking morbid. It's unbelievable. It's morbid.
Open the door. Open the door. Step out.
We're not getting it.
Yeah,
We're done.
not doing that.
We're done. We're done.
All right, get out.
Just in the hospital.
Get out.
I need my
Get
meds.
You can have your meds.
Stop reaching for stuff. Okay.
out.
Yeah, you're going to jail now.
Yeah, we're done.
Wait. For what? For what? What's she going to jail for? For what? She hasn't done anything. She's done nothing wrong. She's just sitting there going through stress because she doesn't have a car anymore that she sleeps in. She hasn't done anything wrong.
I'll get up in just a second.
I'll get out.
Stop.
She says, I've been struggling. I'll get out of the car in just a second. She's sitting there telling them, give me a second. I'll get out of the car, but they won't.
Get out. Get.
Can you just give me like 3 seconds to stand up?
Stop.
Can I have like 3 seconds to stand up? No.
Seriously?
Get out. Get out. You're going to jail.
Why is he sticking his hands in her pants?
Here's behind your back.
You guys are children. You're literally children.
Stop.
So now a woman who they know is living in her car, homeless, that doesn't have enough money to get her insurance and registration, they're now going to hurt her and put her in a dungeon. And look at his thumb. Look at his thumb digging into her body. That's going to leave a bruise right there. Look at this. You want to see the definition of a pig? That's a pig right there, folks. That's what a pig looks like. This woman had no empathy for another woman. And it's not about gender, but it is a little bit. Can't you give another guy a break if you're a guy? Can't you just give her a break? Can't you just leave her be? Why do you have to do this to her? What has she done so wrong to society for this pig to treat her in this way?
All right, you're going to jail. You're under arrest.
220 Central, 1 detainee, clear traffic.
Stop. You're going to want to take this knife since you're throwing a fit. I want to surprise you.
All right, let's get it off. All right, let's sit down, okay? Up, 1.
I just need a
2,
minute.
3.
She says again as she's on the ground, I just need a minute. I just need a minute. That's all she needs is just 1 minute to get herself straight.
Push your card.
Thank you,
All right, search.
Because you couldn't let me cry for 5 minutes?
No.
We don't reach for shit.
And she literally says, you couldn't let me cry for 5 minutes. I mean, why can't she cry for 5 minutes and get it out? She's losing her only shelter. Thanks to Llama Law. I appreciate the super chat you mailed to me, man. It's awesome, dude.
Don't undo my bra. That's weird.
It is weird.
You're really weird.
That's really weird. I mean, look at how they're manhandling her and abusing her. She hasn't done any crime. Her entire crime is not having the money to get registration and insurance. That's her entire crime. And not bowing down and licking their boots. Oh, is that what that is? Is that what that is? Is that the right number right there? Is that the right number right there? Let me pin that chat to the top. Is that the number, Chuck? Let me see. Let's have a good time here. Is that the Charlotte police here?
Thank you for calling the Charlotte County Sheriff's Office. If you have an emergency, please hang up and call 911. Otherwise, please press 1 to report a non-emergency incident. Thank you for calling the Charlotte County Sheriff's Office. Wait while I transfer your call.
Certainly.
Charlotte County Sheriff's Office, Operator 6 on a recorded line. How can I help you?
Operator 6 on a recorded line. How you doing? My name's JD. I'm a journalist. Everything I do is recorded and on the record, just like y'all are. But the thing is, I'm calling today because we seen an arrest of a woman who was sleeping in her car. She was homeless. And these police officers, they did not show any kind of empathy or restraint. They just straight up attacked her and arrested her because she didn't have her insurance or her registration. But yet at the same time, operator number 6, she didn't commit any crime. She just didn't have the money for her registration or her proof of insurance. So I'm just wondering, is it the Charlotte Police Department's policy to be completely inhumane and then savagely attack women who are sleeping in their car? I was just wondering.
Are you looking for the Charlotte County Sheriff's Office?
So
or
you,
the Charlotte Police Department?
so you heard of this then already?
I'm not familiar with what you're talking about, so that's what I'm trying to see. Because you said the Charlotte Police Department, that might be another agency.
No, it's Charlotte County. Charlotte County.
Oh.
So that's y'all. That's y'all. It was a woman cop, and she called in this woman, and she said that she didn't have registration or insurance, and then she called for backup, and then let me tell you what they done. They straight up attacked this woman, put her in torture cuffs, and drug her down to a dungeon. Remember, her whole crime, if you want to call it a crime, was not having the money for her registration or her proof of insurance. But they certainly shackled her up like she was a pig, and they took her to a dungeon as though she was a criminal. I'm just trying to find out what's going on around there.
Okay, well, you can talk. Do you want to talk to, like, internal affairs, or you want to... I'm not sure how I can help you with that.
Well, what's the process? Have you all seen the video, by the way?
I'm not familiar with what it is, but if you have any concerns about that, you can always get with our records division or our internal affairs if you want to make a complaint against it.
Oh, yeah, I definitely would like to file a complaint for sure. Because what I'm watching here, this is tyrannical. I mean, come on now. Aren't the jails supposed to be for people who are violent, that hurt other people? Isn't that what the jails is supposed to be for? Because she wasn't hurting nobody.
Well, let me know whenever you're ready for that number.
I'm ready for the number right now. If y'all would go ahead and write this down for me. Go ahead.
Pull it up for you.
All right.
Okay, it's going to be 941.
941. All right.
575.
575. 941 575. All right.
5246.
941 575. All right. And then what's the last four? I'm sorry about that.
Oh, that's okay. 5246.
And you're just a dispatcher over there, huh?
Yeah.
All right. All right. Well, I tell you what. You know, they say there's just a few bad apples. We found the bad apples where you's at. I'll tell you that right now. I'm watching them on video right now. I'm taking a look at them, and you got bad apples there. I'll tell you that right now. You're going to attack a woman who says she's homeless, sleeping in her car because she ain't got registration? And now what's going to happen next? They take her to the dungeon. They impound her car. She gets out of the dungeon. Now where's she go? She goes on the streets. What's she do? She eats and shits and sleeps all over the streets, which causes more problems. Then she gets assaulted or battered or raped. And now the Charlotte County Police has caused more of a problem in our community. You follow what I'm saying to you here? Whereas if they had just shown a little compassion and said, okay, park it over here, you can get your registration next week, then we wouldn't have a problem like this. But now that woman's on the street somewhere, but first she's got to get out of the dungeon, and then she got to have the money to get her car out of impound. You see what y'all have done over there? Do you see the citizens don't appreciate it? Because if you'd left her alone in her car, then she could have got some help. But instead, y'all hurt her. What's that?
Well, if you reach out to that internal affairs, you can make the complaint against that. They're open usually 8 to 5.
Oh, that's fine, but use a human being. Use a human being. I just want you to hear it too. That's all. All right? Well, now you know. You got some bad apples over there. You got a few bad apples, all right?
Well, thank you for the information. You have a safe rest of your night, okay?
You're welcome. I appreciate you. Talk to you real soon now. Bye-bye. You see, every time you call somewhere, I'm not sure if you guys notice how I do it, but I'll just share with you guys, anybody else watching. I always slip in there. Everything I do is recorded and on the record, but I want to talk to you about this. I say it so fast because in Florida, I do believe Florida is a two-party consent state, and we're calling Charlotte County Police there, so you got to slip in there that everything I do is recorded and on the record. Otherwise, they could come back and get you. So make sure that you always say it. Get used to saying it. When people call me on the phone, I'm helping people, I say, you know, all my calls are recorded. Anyway, what were you saying? Because then I've done my part and I contributed properly. Now let's call over there to the, I'm going to get a voicemail here. It's the same every time. They never want to face any kind of accountability. So this is the number. Thanks, Chuck Bronson. James Forbes. I'll get a better light system here. I got one light mounted over here. I'll show you guys. I'll take a picture. I'll show you. I only have one ring light mounted on this get up.
John Hamm is not available. Record your message at the tone. When you are finished, hang up or press pound for more options.
John, how you doing? My name's JD. Everything I do is recorded and on the record, but I was giving you a call today because we was watching a video over here on my channel, and I had about 100 people watching the video with me, and we was seeing that right there that the Charlotte County Police, what they done is they hemmed this woman up who was told the cops straight up that she was homeless and sleeping in her car, but she couldn't afford registration or insurance. And so what they done is they arrested her and they impounded her car because they said the registration's been out too long. I got to impound your car. But we all know, John, from the 2001 case of Atwater versus City of Lago Vista, that the police have 100% discretion and they don't have to impound her car and they don't have to arrest her. But I tell you what, when you get a pigtail on the job, like that dirty pig right there who arrested her, she escalated it right away. She couldn't wait. As soon as she called for backup, she said, all right, we're done. And then she attacked her. And they threw her on the ground. And it's on a video. The channel that it's on, I think it's on a channel called Delete Lawz, but it's pretty far into the video. But there's another channel that it's on that ain't got really no subscribers or no views or nothing like that. But I wanted to let you know what channel that was on. And I think it's on, I'm just double checking here. That ain't it. Well, son of a Patrol Cam. I think it's called, forgive me one second here. Let me open this bad chicken up big. It's called Patrol Body Cam is the channel that it's on. And I just feel like, you know, we need some rights protectors and we need some peace officers. But to me, y'all got a few bad apples on that police team over there and y'all need to investigate. But I don't think anything's going to happen. I'm calling cops to investigate cops. I don't think a damn thing's going to happen. Nothing. That's how I feel. Anyway, thanks for listening to the message. I appreciate it. Talk to you real soon. Bye-bye now. So I don't think anything's going to happen from that. I don't think that they're going to do a damn thing. Not a damn single thing. What do we got? So hoodies are in on Friday, y'all. Hoodies are in on Friday. And I'm got more hoodies because it's fall time now. So I'm going to sell those hoodies. The hoodies cost me $32. I'm going to sell them for $50 plus shipping and handling. So I make $18. That's how much money I make on the hoodies. And yeah, that's what I'm going to do. And I got like 3 dozen hoodies in. So if I can sell them all, I'll make like $500 and you guys will have a hoodie. But that's the numbers. And I used to sell them for $60, but I'm going to sell them for $50 plus $15 shipping and handling because that's what it costs to ship it to you. and I think it's $13. So I think I make $2 there. So I go from 18 to 20. So I make $20 on each hoodie that I ship out. So there will be hoodies available on Friday. You guys hit me up. I'm not going to put them on my website. I'm just going to sell them individually on PayPal, Venmo, Cash App. You guys can $65 Venmo, PayPal, or Cash App me or Zelle me. And I will have, I think I have large, double XL, triple XL. I think I may have 1 or 2 XL, but I'm not entirely sure. I won't know until they come in. I won't know until they get in on Friday, but I will pick them up on Friday. So I'm going to stream horizontal, and I'm going to teach long form videos on all the cases on the wall. So that's what I'm going to do. That's what I'm going to do, and I'm not going to stop because we don't stop. We don't stop. We don't stop. I don't have the hats in yet. I haven't even ordered them yet. I mean, as you can see I need more funds. I need more money to be able to buy hats and to be able to do the things I want to do. So I just have to just keep on driving and not stop, because I know that the only way that we can be stopped is if you stop. If I stop, if you stop, then we stop. But we don't stop. So I'm not going to stop. I'm just going to keep going. And I can't stand having to present to you guys on a screen this big. So I'm going to do this. So tell a friend, bring a friend next time. Who cares? And but I'm going to sit and teach you guys. I'm going to sit and teach you guys case law and apply the case law to the different cases that we see. And I'm just going to do what I do. And that's what I'm going to do. Any questions? Danelle Brown, good to see you. And a big shout out to Bobby Mills. It's funny because Bobby and I had a really personal talk today. And at the end of it, I said to him, you know, I think I'm just going to air this whole chat. And he said, that's fine. Because there was Wanda Meese is in the chat. Yeah, Wanda Meese and I had this really deep and intimate personal chat today. And I thought to myself, I'm just going to air this whole chat. And I'm going to. It's like an hour and 10 minutes long. But Bobby's out of jail. And I'm super happy for him that he's out of jail. He got insurance for his car. So the money we sent to Bobby in jail, he didn't spend any of it. He saved it, and when he got out of jail, he had enough money for his insurance for his car. So that's what you guys did by contributing. And then I sent him the rest of the money today that I have for him. I sent it to him in a Cash App. So he got those funds. And thank you guys for donating. Lisa Burt with a $5 super chat. What's up, Lisa? Thanks for coming, Lisa. I really appreciate it. Thanks a lot. I know if I stream in vertical, thousands of people will come to the chat, but I just think to myself, you know, I built this big wall to teach you guys this case law, and so I'm going to do that. Thanks a lot, Lisa Burt. I really appreciate it. Thanks a lot for the super chat. All right, listen, it's 3:45 now. I've got about 10 trifolds, I guess, to ship out to people. And I've got about 6 free trifolds. I got about 16 trifolds to pack up and ship right now. So I'm going to ship these today by the end of the day. I'll have the hoodies in on Friday. You guys come back. I'll check on hats. I'm going to do hats too, because we still have thousands of people from Team DLZ, but you don't wake up and say, I'm going to go watch Team DLZ videos. You have your wife, your kids, your life, your job, and then somewhere down the line, oh, that YouTube guy. All right. Lisa Burt, thanks for the super chat. I never saw Chevy. Let's OTVO with 10 gifted memberships. I don't know if we have 10 new people in here, brother. I don't know if we have 10 new people. Let me see who got memberships, and I'll tell you. Thanks, Let's OTVO. I appreciate that, man. Let me read off the names that got free memberships here. MO Transformer, Juliana Neblet, SWE Observer got a free membership. No Name Coder got a membership. Right on, man. Thanks a lot. John Peterson got a gifted membership from Let's OTVO. Red Feather Brown got a membership. Smokey got a membership. Hank Hill. Camabis got a membership. Right on. Stoked about that. Right on, man. Thanks a lot, Let's OTVO. We need t-shirts, Chille, to match my fit. Please get t-shirts next. I do have some t-shirts in that say Constitutional Law Scholar on them. I got a few different t-shirts. But, you know, so everybody, welcome back Wanda Meese. Wanda, real name Bobby Mills. I'm going to air our entire conversation. I'm just going to, because it was so raw. We had such a raw conversation. We really did. You know, we really did. So John said, what if you paired up with another rights activist and started an app like Trilogy, etc.? John, you have no idea how close you are to home. Let's TVO. Did you read John Westerdorfer's comment? Wernsdorfer. John Wernsdorfer said, what if you paired up with another civil rights activist and started an app like Trilogy? You have no idea how close. Are we frozen? You have no idea how close we are to saying exactly what I'm telling you now. Chuck Bronson's a member? Holy snarl and snake shit. Yeah. Everybody welcome Chuck Bronson, Team DLZ. Chuck Bronson's been Team DLZ since I started on YouTube. I appreciate it. Yeah, John, you're welcome to reach out to me. I've got some things going on. I'll let you know. I think we broke 100 people on this horizontal stream at least once or twice. So I'm super, super grateful. Super grateful. Thank you, Gabriel. Thank you, John. Thank you, Bruce. I don't know what it is. But listen, I'm going to get the flock out of here. I'm going to try to get these trifolds off today. I'm going to try to get these. What's going on, Maxim? I got you, Maxim Wheelian. Maxim Wheelian, who got shot by the police in the name of fighting for his rights. Mr. Osgood, James Forbes, Bruce. Thanks, you guys, for coming. Let's TVO. Thanks for those gifted memberships. All you guys who super chatted, James Forbes, Lena. One more. There's one more name I'm forgetting on the super chats. I can't get it off the top of my head. But listen, Lena, thank you. I appreciate the super chat. Listen, I got to get the flock out of here. I'm going to try to get these trifolds out today so people